So yo, this is a bit of an impromptu one, a bit of an impromptu one. I was not sure whether I wanted to do this. I put it out there, and the streets said that we have to talk about this. And you know what? As much as I wanted just to skip the issue, relax, chill, and watch Rafaela's brother do fancy tricks against Venezuela in front of a stadium that isn't freaking full, I said, you know what? Some apologies are at hand. And I am one of those dudes who I am never above making a big time apology, and I think that it was only fair based on the things that were said on the streets that certain people came to apologize. So, guys, remember, guys, I've put, if you want to join in the whole thing, I have the StreamYard link is out on Twitter, so feel free to join. Anybody's free to join. Click on the StreamYard link if you want to join in and have your say on this whole impromptu hangout thingy, magic, man. Everything is free. You can come in and say what you want, man. So look, man, we're going to talk about England, Sterling, Southgate. Going to talk about the Boer as well, and I think as well we're now going to look ahead and do a little preview of Portugal, Germany. I want to talk about Portugal, Germany because that game is going to pop off. So because I'm really looking forward to what that game is saying on a Tuesday night, man. So look, man, let's get down to the brass tacks, man. Let's get down to this brass tacks. So our dear friend Red Devil Studio called Southgate a bum. Called Southgate
those words.
No, I know. Let me because I mean, so he called Southgate a bum. Called Southgate a loser. Said Sterling is the worst player he's ever seen in his life. So the amounts of abuse that he levied at Southgate and so forth was huge. And like I said a few things, but not much. I said, well, it's all right. But obviously Red Devil was the loudest in his criticism of them. So Red Devil, do you really have to apologize to Southgate, to his and to Sterling? Or is it more of a case that Croatia were just trash and we underestimated how bad Croatia would be and how much they've fallen off since 2018? I mean, is really an apology at hand?
I mean, I'd like to make two admissions. I think the first thing is that I never called Southgate a bum. However, I did call him a bum when I saw that team selection because I was like, I've got no idea what you're doing here, mate. I can't have been the only one that thought, I don't understand why you're playing two right backs. That made zero sense to me. And obviously Sterling's form, I was like, not really great. So, but I was probably one of the few people that actually, and I said this on the preview, that didn't have any issue with Calvin Phillips playing in that midfield because I'm like, I've seen this guy in Leeds. This guy's a baller. Like
he's good. This dude is good. Because I wasn't sure who he was, but then once I then saw his face, then I remember Leeds were like, oh, okay, this dude, because I didn't really recognize the name. But yeah, no, he was good. He was good,
and he was very good. And even the defense, because I think Maguire's injured, so really Mings. You only really had Mings and I think Ben White on the bench. So like, okay, fine. And Mings is fairly quick and is decent in the air. So I'm like, yeah, okay, that's reasonable. So really, my only issue with the lineup was Sterling playing on the left because I think Grealish should have started, and then the two right backs. Other than that, the rest of the team sort of picked itself. But regardless, man, you got to give credit to Southgate, man. Like he got the dub. He got the dub, and let's be real. Like I said, for me, Calvin Phillips was, I think, for me, man of match, England's probably best player. And I'm sure if he has a good tournament, I think there'll be a lot of potential buyers that will now be looking at them being like, right, okay, this is a midfielder that can really potentially do things.
So the whole Phillips thing, should a special thanks be given to Bielsa in terms of his coaching and how he coaches?
Of course, absolutely, of course. And also like also scouting as well, because like, let's be real, majority of people when they saw Calvin Phillips and like, why on earth they're even calling for Jude Bellingham, which is fair because Jude Bellingham's a dude. Jude Bellingham isn't good. So, but Bielsa clearly has coached, and especially in a kind of like a more of a high pressing. Because what I would say though is that something that probably helped, and as I said in the preview, is that Declan Rice kind of just being that low holding pivot thing allowed Calvin Phillips to probably go forward a bit more and actually sort of get involved in it. Because if this was, let's say, if Henderson was playing, I don't think Henderson does what Calvin Phillips did for that assist to Sterling. He wouldn't have gone. He wouldn't have had him to go further and do that. So and you can do that because of having Declan Rice back, but in the pivot, protecting the back to allow him to do
and
his
also I
doing.
think it also goes to how Bielsa plays. Because Leeds are very positive and they always want their guys to be on the front foot and really go forward. So I think a lot of credit has to be given to Bielsa because I look at that Leeds team, I'm like, because from who are these guys? Apart from Rodrigo, I don't know any of these guys. But the way that they play, these guys are playing like a La Liga Spanish very flair team. So
And then shout out to your boy Mount, man. Your boy Mason Mount, man, is like this dude is like he's saying, listen, I genuinely think Mount must listen to these hangouts sometimes. I'm like, why are you like HH? I live to prove you wrong. You know what I mean? I'm balling. I get an assist in the Champions League, and I make that impact. I'm like, bro,
okay. If you're to rate Mount's performance, honestly, over 90 minutes, because he was really good in the first half. Over 90 minutes. 7, 8.
I say so. Yeah, I say 7. But that's the thing has been with Mount. Like he can. This is the thing that we give him is that he always give a consistently solid performance. Like and Mount rarely is like, oh man, this guy was a bum today. Like he usually gives and ultimately consistency, in my opinion, is better than inconsistency. If that makes any sense.
But see, here's my thing. That see, people feel I almost can't say anything less than amazing about Mount, or as people will say that I've got an agenda. Like I put it onto Twitter that there was so much hype about Mount and Foden coming into this whole thing, and then who is the guy that everyone is talking about? Calvin Phillips. And people say, "Oh my gosh, Mount was amazing." But let's be real. The name that everyone is talking about is Calvin Phillips, who was take everything into account was the best player over the 90 minutes.
It's one thing I'll finish before I get in is like it's interesting because like while obviously credit to Southgate, a part of me is kind of like I don't know whether Southgate planned because when he set up his 4-3-3, I assumed he was going to use the fullbacks to bomb forward and cross in the box to Harry Kane to get on things and stuff like that. That's what I assume based on what he selected and why he brought in Trippier and Walker in the first, because that's what they do. They're attacking fullbacks. But that's not what happened. And to be honest, Kyle Walker and Kieran Trippier were basically absent, with Kyle Walker pretty much just doing some interceptions towards the end. They didn't really do much. Sterling, to be honest, didn't do that much until he scored the goal. And Harry Kane,
No. Kane was a no. Sterling, I'll say to you that Sterling was dangerous. I think, from a second half, both teams just sort of they just completely catapulted in the second half. I think in the first half, Sterling he was very busy and he was making things happen. Like he was the guy that played that pass to Foden that hit the post.
But I feel most of England's play, a lot of this play actually came, ironically enough, because you said before and you're like, oh, Croatia's midfield, they're going to control and sort of thing. But to be honest, I would have made the argument that England, I wouldn't say they dictated the game, but they played through the middle fairly comfortably against the Croatian side that had coaches that, I don't think they used the wings as much as I anticipated they would. The goal came through the midfield, obviously Cameron's doing his thing. So yeah, like at the end of the day, like saw the win for Southgate.
So is it Southgate? So no more Gareth Southgate. He's now should be respected. Mourinho Pepesque or
I mean, if we're going to respect him, then what we're going to talk about Frank de Boer next? Because I mean, so yeah, credit. You got to credit where it's due. Credit to Gareth Southgate, and because to be fair, people are cussing England haven't beaten a big team. They've beaten a solid team, and this is, I think, the first. Apparently, this is the first. I don't know how this is even a stat, but this is the first game. I think the first game that England have won. Yeah, their first opening game in a European competition.
You see, that is why I went for 1-1 because that's why I said, because I've been watching England for so many times. Like standard England, they always concede. Like they'll go ahead 1-0. So my thing is that this is like it's chartering new ground where because they normally don't win like an opening game. It's either a loss or a draw. Most times than not, it's a draw. So I thought, but my thing is that Mandzukic was such a huge loss for Croatia. Huge loss because those guys, they had zero attacking wise, nothing. So for me, like, because that's why I said, okay, because I said like Rebic as a striker, but maybe
sorry
it's
to interrupt
insulting.
you, HH. Neymar's Neymar 2-0 up against Venezuela, penalty. Sorry, go on.
Red Devil, please only interrupt me if Rafaela has answered my texts. That's all the response I want.
He said, "Listen." He said, "Listen, stay away from my sister, man. I'm that penalty, man."
That was a statement. It was a penalty.
That was a statement.
Mute your mic. Mute your mic, man. Mute your mic. What's it called? Z-Man, talk to me, man. England, man. They said, "What's up, man?"
Yeah, I gotta say this, man. When I saw that starting lineup, can you zoom in to my AV?
Oh my god! Wait, who is this?
Just zoom in. It's a surprise. You see, when I saw the starting lineup, that was my reaction.
No comments. No comments.
Best actor out there, bro.
No comments. Just keep talking.
Nah, bro. When I saw that starting lineup, I was massively confused. Again, two right backs. That to me also didn't make sense. And I was looking at the middle of the park, and I was saying like they're gonna absolutely bully them. Croatia have better midfielders, but I guess Southgate decided to go more centrally because their midfield couldn't really occupy spaces, and they kept pressing. Their press was really good in the first like 10 minutes. It was amazing.
Croatia really didn't. I mean, I don't know why Modric was playing as like a quarterback. I have no idea what that was about, man. But because he was too deep.
Yeah, he was too deep. He should have been close to the attack and probably taking shots outside the box because they didn't really have anything to offer when it comes to forward positioning, and that just shows how much they miss Mandzukic. But in terms of England, I felt like Declan Rice performed well as a CDM. He was basically occupying that position by himself for the majority of the game, with Phillips making those runs to the box. I thought that would be Mason. I thought that would be Mason Mount's go-to move, making those last-ditch runs into the box. But clearly, that's not what Southgate had in plan. But again, with Harry Kane, especially towards the second half, this guy kept dropping back, and I felt like that was kind of disturbing the rhythm of the whole game.
Yeah, exactly.
He have a good game, man. Like Kane just kept on coming deep, like. He had like almost like a zero effect on the game. I was like, I don't know what it is.
He didn't look fit at all. Like I don't think
he was very lethargic. He looked very heavy-legged, man.
My problem is Southgate has to tell this guy, you're not at Tottenham. You have creative midfielders around you. You have creative outlets around you. You can't be dropping deep because you're going into places where players should be occupying that could do a better job than you in those positions. You should be playing more of a target man, or you should be playing more of a link-up play up front. And Harry Kane was finding it hard to get into the game. I thought Phil Foden he performed decent. I don't think he performed that well, but he did have some good moments. And then Sterling with space is actually he's frightening. When you give him enough space, he's frightening, especially when it's momentum on the ball. And that's something that Croatia should have, again, maybe towards the second half, they should have changed up their tactical setup when it comes to defensive, standpoint. And I kind of felt like they were giving him too much space and too much time for him to pick up the momentum. Again, overall, I feel like this was a good game. Again, Rashford doesn't seem like he's fully fit. Again, as Red Double said a while ago, he does look like he has, he's not fully fit and he's carrying an injury. And
maybe, but does this shut down any Gareth Southgate's Chris? Is Gareth Southgate now the man of the dawn, or it's still waiting to be seen? Like how much apology should we give to Southgate, or is this the case of Croatia just trash, or is this the case of no, Southgate, he did that. We need to give him his dub.
No. The gate showed up. The gate showed up for this game. But the problem, the
gate. I love that. The gate.
Relax. I'm not calling the gate. I'm not calling the gate. Unless he wins the Euros, I'm not calling the gate. Relax. He's Gareth. He's still Gareth.
The gate of England showed up, bro. The gate of England showed up.
South Goat.
My problem with Southgate is when things get tough, I don't think the starting lineup could when you're coming up against a team that has a superior offensive and midfield positioning, in the later on in the knockout stages, I don't think this starting lineup is. I think this starting lineup is a little bit bland up top.
So
Jack Grealish should get more time. You have him on the bench, but you don't use him. That's my problem.
The only thing I'd say to that, Z-Man, is that what in defense to Southgate, I respect, Croatia aren't a bum team, and with arguably an in quote B team, he was able to see off for Croatia. So think about what happens when, with the quality that he has on the bench, when Sancho comes in, if Kane obviously starts balling, all these things, the fact that he actually has options to come on, at least the game goes past him, it just goes to show that, I guess what I'm sort of saying is it's better that he has the options there to use them. And then the fact that if he can win against a solid Croatian side with a B team, what can you do with, when the actual in quote A team plays? If that makes any sense.
I get that, but to a certain perspective, I feel like certain players aren't getting as much time as they probably deserve or need.
But that's where the next game comes through, because it's the question is he going to be nah, this is my 11. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Or it's okay, cool, you guys did but I want to see what's up with a new lineup and a different set of players for Scotland on Friday and then Czech Republic for the final game. Because that's the thing. Because it is good too, because I don't think that is England's best 11. Yeah, I don't think it is. But he may say, look, we beat our closest guys before. This is the first time we've ever won our opening game. Maybe this 11 works. Let's just stick with it. So, and the danger is if, let's say, he's well, this team works. We beat Croatia. And he sticks to it with Scotland and Czech Republic. He's wait a minute, 3 games, 3 wins with this lineup. Let me now go through. It may come back to bite you in the ass when you now face a truly big team and you don't really have guys like Grealish and Sancho that can give you something completely different. That's why Southgate has to be. He's going to really be a manager now and really be no, pick the right lineup for the opposition that you're playing. There are a few guys who have to be there, but there's certain things because it's similar with Fernando Santos and Portugal. When you have a great squad, it's great because you have so many options. But the difficulty is, who do you now pick? The key thing is, who do you pick?
Yeah, so, and this is going to be a dilemma for the gate to show up. The gate is going to have to show he can do that. Respect the gate.
What's it called? Emmy, talk to me, man. England.
So far we've seen 14 teams. We've seen 14 teams play so far in the Euros. We have 10 teams left. I think out of the 10 teams left, we probably have top 4 favorites. So I'm looking at this English team from today. They played well. They played well against the Croatian.
How well? As well as Italy, Netherlands, or Belgium?
No, not as good as those teams. I think they started this competition probably in a good way. Maybe it's actually better that they start slowly and they grow into the competition instead of actually them beating Croatia 4-0 and going ahead to lose to Ukraine or some other team or low team in the round of 16 and go out of the competition. So it's okay to just temper expectations. A couple of things from Southgate today was kind of off. Starting 2 right backs, I do understand that.
I think the argument was, he wanted Trippier for set pieces, which is stupid because there was a breakaway that they had where Luke Shaw has that. Luke Shaw can just hit.
He pings that ball. He pings that ball, and and Trippier always needs to cut into his right leg, to cross balls, and it kind of slowed the ball. It affected Sterling a bit. If you notice, Sterling moved from the left, he moved over to the right to actually get that goal. And it's because the balls were not, the combination between him and Trippier was not so good. Also, the double pivot was also good. That was also a smart move, because that helped, kind of get the numbers in the midfield. Croatia was kind of very slow. The athleticism was poor.
They're missing Mandzukic, man. You now see how important Mandzukic is. They didn't have a strike. They didn't have a strike.
They didn't have a target man, and that missing without a target man, it kind of affected their game because guess what? They have people that can actually carry the ball, people that can ping passes. But who are they pinging the passes to? Can those guys bring the ball down? Can they bring everybody into play? And those were also missing the Croatians game today. Yeah, I agree. They missed Mandzukic. And I think they will struggle in this tournament for goals. I don't see who can score for them really. When I just take around, I know Kamara is okay in the Bundesliga for Hoffenheim, but yeah, where would their goals come from? Rebic kind of looked slow a bit. I know he plays in Milan, but they were kind of off a bit today. England, on the other hand, from England, I think Calvin Phillips, amazing. I've watched that guy. They played 4-1-4-1 in Leeds. He's the holding midfielder. He is a very specific.
Whoa, Emmy, man, your mic is going in and out, man. I don't know whether you're in the matrix or something, man.
Oh, is he better now?
Yeah, like it keeps on going in and out, in and out. So I think you have to just stay close to the mic or work with your sensible because we keep losing you.
Okay. So I was talking about Calvin Phillips. So in the Bielsa system, they play 4-1-4-1, and if you look at his role in that team, it's so specific and it's so unique. Bielsa drills that guy non-stop, and it's so good to see all those things yield in the big competition like this, because he's built his technical abilities, and a lot of his. He's good. I won't be surprised all big teams come for him in this summer after he's because he's going to be key if England is going to dominate in the midfield. I'm not saying that they don't have other players. I want to talk about Jack Grealish real quick. What happened to Jack Grealish? Why is he not playing? Is there a reason? Is he injured? Is he?
Oh no, it was not. See, my thing is that no, it's not. He was fully fit because you saw him training. I think it was just a decision by Southgate. But the thing is, if England had drawn or lost, everybody would be up in arms. But someone on Twitter said, yeah, I still feel like if Grealish would have. Someone said, Grealish should have played instead of Sterling. He would have done more. I was like, are you smoking crack?
I agree totally because Jack Grealish, I think so.
Sterling scored the freaking goal. Okay, let me ask you this right now. Yeah. If Grealish played instead of Sterling, do England still beat Croatia?
They would have scored a different way. They might not have. He might
through
not
who?
have run
Through who? Kane?
Maybe Mount, or maybe Foden. He might combine with Foden very well because.
But we saw how they were. Okay, you can say maybe they will combine, but my thing is that goal came from the speed and the movement that Sterling gives you.
Yeah,
so Sterling has particular characteristics that makes him dangerous. Not in every game, but in some games, if he's on his game, Sterling he's England's most dangerous player. But he's the most dangerous player. So
you know something, HH, Jack Grealish's ability to actually dribble and create space for others is something that this English team probably
for sure.
They lacked in the first half. Apart from the first 25 minutes when they were actually on top of Croatia, the remaining part of the first half, Croatia came at them and they didn't have any answers, right?
That's it. That's the key thing. England have to be say, okay, yes, you won the game. It wasn't a great performance. The first 10 minutes was really, but over 90 minutes, it wasn't like the game wasn't good. It wasn't a good game to watch. Like we'll obviously get to Netherlands against Ukraine, which was the best game of the tournament so far. So my thing is, I do agree with you that yes, you won the game. There is space for Sancho and Grealish in this team for them to give you something more.
If England is going to get to the quarters or to the semis, probably I think semis will be their limit. If they're going to get to the semis in this tournament, they need a very, very functional Jack Grealish, Sancho. They need players that can dribble off the ball, dribble on the ball to create space for their so-called runners, right? Because Harry Kane is off. I think Harry Kane mentally, I think something is off somewhere with him. He
wants to leave Spurs. He wants to leave Spurs. So his mind is on that, you know.
But if
his mind is on Fonseca.
Yeah, I know. If you want to leave Spurs, right? This is England, your country. Like, this is the stage where you show people, hey, I still have this. I was the highest goal scorer in the last Premier League season. Hey, I can carry this team.
And Lukaku has already, remember, we're still waiting for Benzema and Mbappe. Mbappe, and Havertz are waiting in the wings. So this is where you need to say, okay, it's cool for you to start part in the EPL against Kentish Town and Winnish.
Correct.
You need to not do it in big boy land. Okay, last thing before we move.
Last thing, and this is his opportunity. This is Kane's biggest opportunity to show that he's not just an EPL scoring merchant that scores against Burnley, the boys, the Sunship, all this, Luton Town, all those kind of teams. This is where you now say, hey, I am top 5 elite strikers in the world because, hey, I belong here. And he's not showing it. If he doesn't score in the next 2 games, oh boy, I'm sorry.
Here's my thing. If Kane, I like that. Before I can say, if Kane doesn't score in the next 2 games, do you see him getting dropped?
Yes, I think he'll get dropped.
You see, I would drop him.
He's the captain. He's the captain. He's not going to be dropped.
You don't understand how England work. You see, I'd drop him because for me, if I'm a manager, anybody is droppable unless your name is Robin or Okocha. Anyone else is droppable.
Even Zad?
Even Zad?
That is no. That is not.
I'll rather take Calvin Lewin right now because Calvin Lewin at least he will give me something.
What I would do is I'd actually play Foden as the false 9.
There we go.
Grealish on the left, and then put Sancho on the right.
Because then you have movement,
and then Mount behind, and then Calvin Phillips on that. That's
fluid
fine.
movement.
But would that be the best option if you're facing up against a defensive team that aren't going to give you as much space, that are going to be congested centrally? You need a focal striker.
No. See, that's the thing is like, I mean, my thing is, if Kane is not giving you anything, you've got to try and go with something alternative. So obviously, you may say, okay, Calvin Lewin roll with his defensive side, but let's say you're facing Portugal or Germany, and these guys are going to now say Wild West. You've got to go with speed. Let me come to your boy, Turbo Timo. Talk to me.
I didn't watch the match.
Okay. YSK Jackson, talk to me.
Listen, man, you have to give credit to Gareth. Gareth, sorry. We have to call him Gareth today.
It's the gate.
Do we?
It's
No, we're not. Why I say call him Gareth, please? Thank you.
Gareth South Goat. Almost South Goat. Almost South Goat.
So didn't you insult him as well? I think you insulted him as well.
I didn't. Not insult him. I insulted the fact that he might ruin my Scorito. That's it.
Oh.
He might have ruined my... See, that was the only reason. But other than that, I have no beef with Lareth. Lareth is cool, man. But you know what? I think we're getting too carried away with this performance. Like, it was mainly down to the Croatians being absolutely garbage.
But YSK, you know how England... See, YSK, you know how England rolls. You know that I think right now, I think I know more about Calvin Phillips's history and family than my own family right now. It's how England rolls. Like right now, you will learn everything about Calvin Phillips's family, his friends, his enemies, everything.
Yeah, so it's like they could. It doesn't matter who they get the 3 points. I mean, at the end of the day, it's 3 points. You know, you take it against however you perform. But that Croatian team, again, like I said it in the post-match reaction. I was like, we can't get carried away because this is not the Croatia of 2018. This is a 2021 very mid. Subpar Croatian side with not a peak Modric, although I think he was the best player on the pitch.
Yes, he was.
You know, there's not many others on his level. So, even Bambi had a good game. aka Tyrone Mings, even he had a decent game. Although I feel like Calvin Phillips, who I must say I even had a jab at. He was the best. If you're talking performance-wise, not ability, performance, he had the best game. He had the best game out of everybody. So, you got to give his credits. And yeah, man, listen, I'm not getting carried away by this at all. I'm not getting carried away by this at all. You know the amount of texts I've had today saying, "I guess he's coming home. He's coming home."
You see, that's why I'm just worried about just heading into the streets right now. So because I could just sense it in the streets because I can see England just need to chill because what England will now feel is like, oh my gosh, because as Red Devil just said, oh my gosh, the first time ever that England have won the opening game at the Euros. Oh my gosh, the stars are aligning and so forth.
Yeah, that was another star as well.
Oh, it's like, oh my gosh, like we did this without Sancho and Grealish and so forth. So my thing is like, it's just good, it's promising, but my thing is, as you just said, 2021 Croatia ain't it. They ain't it. And I told you, Netherlands, the best team I've seen is Belgium. And Belgium, for me, would give birth to that Croatian side. They would give birth to them.
Oh, yeah. The Croatian side is lacking a real attacking outlet because you can see Modric was spraying the ball around. He was trying to make something happen, but there's no attacking outlet. I mean, the only one that was going forward was Rebic, and he's not a who is he?
So my thing is that's
Who is he? So
obviously Maguire is injured,
you
but
can-
that's the defense has not yet been tested of England because Croatia didn't come to attack.
exactly. And Tyrone Mings, yes, he had a decent game. I would even hard pressed to say decent because it was against this Croatian side, but him against a Portugal, against a France, there's no contest. I mean,
Yeah,
they
they
have
Declan Rice in front of him though. Like they can't. I'm not saying there's something, but like
Uh,
he did.
No.
Did help
See,
him
why
out
is
with respect.
look,
So
what I've learned from football and so far, especially in this tournament and everything, is do not assume anything. Is don't assume that, oh my gosh, up against Benzema, I think they'll be destroyed. Who knows? See, I believe from what we've seen at these Euros, like we thought we would see Gareth Southgate. Look what happened. We thought we'd be clowning the Boer. Look at what happened.
wait, the boy. Now that's a story.
Bro. I think these Euros, something tells me we're going to see a surprise winner at these Euros. That it won't be France, it won't be Portugal. It'll be something that will just shock all of us.
See, we're all hype about Group F. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the most deadest group out of all of the groups. You know, because they're all trying not play so.
How much do you want to bet that based off everything that we've said, France Germany ends up 0-0 with like one shot on target, and that's by Giroud, an own goal
exactly,
or something. So
they could all end up just being so conservative about losing, so they could all end up a shambles. So last thing on this, credit to your boy Gareth, and we'll see, man. We'll see. It's a nice first little step. We'll see what happens.
Let's see what happens. Okay, what's up, Damien? Talk to me, man. England.
Yeah, I think England did what they had to do against Croatia. I expected them to win, and they just did that. It's obvious that this Croatian team is, obviously declining ever since that 2018 World Cup, and still relying on Modric. Practically like 36.
Easy. Don't be ageist.
Yeah, and they're still relying on players like Perisic, and these players. So it didn't surprise me when they lost. And yeah, it was a good game by England, I would say. I wouldn't look too much into it because I still think there's better teams out there that if England face, they'll probably lose. But yeah, I think it was a good game by them.
Do they win it? Are they here to win? Are they one of the favorites right now, or?
I'll classify them as dark horses.
Okay. Sterling on fraud watch. Actually, is that still relevant though, based on his performance? Or okay, well, Sterling on fraud watch. Talk to me. So let me get. So I guess you're a Sterling hater.
Yes, kind of.
Okay. Do you still hate Sterling after his match-winning goal, or you still think he's trash?
I still think it's trash, but he played well today, but all season he's been trash, so I'm not gonna change that. But he played well today.
You boost your mic. You sound like you're from Baghdad. You sound like you're in Baghdad. Boost your mic volume, bro.
Hello?
Talk.
Yeah, I talk. Can you hear me?
Yeah. So, England, what do you make of the performance? What do you make of what they can do going forward, bro?
Yeah, I thought they were good. They defended well. Mount played well. Calvin Phillips played well. I don't think Kane. He looks slow. He looks really slow. Kane slow. I don't think he's fully fit yet. I don't know about him, but yeah, I think they played well. But I just wait to see Grealish and Sancho. I don't know why they're not using them. I don't, because they need a bit more creativity in the final third. Because I saw Foden today, he was alright, but he wasn't great, But yeah, apart from that, he played alright.
Okay. What's it called? Core, talk to me.
Yeah. Just to remind you, that Sterling goal was created by I believe his name is Demagogue Vida, pushing up and not tracking his runner. Because I think if he didn't push up too high, I think Sterling wouldn't have scored that goal. Also, another thing I want to say is Dalic. That was such a huge mistake. He left it way too late. He left it way too late.
What did you leave
Petrovic,
too late?
bro, Petrovic is the guy who scored those 2 goals against Spurs to knock them out of the Europa League. Like, he should have been starting. He should have been starting.
Also, Palicic as well. I think isn't that the Atalanta dude?
Yeah, Pasalic, Marco
Pasalic, yeah.
Pasalic, Mario Pasalic. He should have been in the 11. He should have been in the 11. It should have been Petrovic. Brekalo from Wolfsburg should have been playing, because if you look at what Croatia was trying to do, right? What Croatia was trying to do is they were trying to cross the ball and they were trying to find a target man, someone who could like head the ball inside the net, someone who could do some like crazy bicycle kick or something to get the ball in that net. But you didn't see it from Rebic. You understand what I'm trying to say? Rebic is not that guy. Today he was more like a false 9 type of player, And again, you can't really depend on Perisic to do everything, to rely on the attacks. Modric was really good. Modric was really good. But again, I just really thought that, once you see that Modric is getting drained, he's playing a full 90 minutes, and then
and he was playing fully deep as well, bro. I don't know why he was so deep. But my thing, look, so from the outside in, because in England everybody is super hype and excited. From the outside in, you look at England, are you saying, this team impresses me? Or do you not need to see what they now? Because look, they're going to give birth to Czech Republic and Scotland. Do you now feel let's see what they now do in the knockout round?
Bro, if you saw that chance that Rebic had in that game against England, if that was Cristiano Ronaldo, if that was what's or even Thomas Müller puts that and buries that. I'm telling you, right, because that was a serious mistake. Like, they could have cost the game right there and then. You see what I'm trying to say? Lucky he shot it even wide. But if that was a Thomas Müller, a Lukaku, or Cristiano Ronaldo, they're burying that. They're seriously burying that. So for me, this England team, to be honest, I think Calvin Phillips is the guy who really stood out for England today, because of not only his speed of play, but also his decision making, his ability to retain the ball and kind of recycle it and give it to the players in the wings. So you could see he was doing really well. But also the one thing, my problem with England is, why don't you play Bukayo Saka over Sterling? You understand what I'm trying to say?
That's a very good point. Yeah, go on.
The dude was on the bench. He could have given you pace. And he's a much pacier player than Sterling. So, why?
No. My thing is that, I said this from jump. Saka could be England's secret weapon. Because every game I've seen of him from us, and for me, I don't think he's actually going to play. Because I don't think Southgate knows that, no, this dude can really be, because he can give you something.
He can be a difference maker.
That's right. He can really make a difference for England. Yeah. So if Southgate is smart, and let's say you get to a knockout round and you get to extra time where it's 1-1, Saka is the guy, because I think you can make 5 subs. So Saka is the guy you can bring on just to change the whole course of the game.
Declan Rice was horrible. Jude Bellingham is a way better midfielder. Like, I watched this guy in Bundesliga, way better midfielder than Declan Rice. Like, I just can't. I don't understand how Declan Rice was starting over Jude Bellingham too. You understand what I'm trying to say? Like, that didn't make sense.
They're sort of two different. Declan Rice is more.
I think he needed Rice to have a defensive structure. Jude Bellingham is much more of a natural central midfielder who can pass the ball. So he just wanted somebody to basically put pressure on Modric.
But Phillips can do that role. Phillips can sit.
Phillips can do that role.
Yeah, while Bellingham
Jude. And the one thing about Jude, the one thing about Jude, if you watch him in Borussia Dortmund, if let's say Dortmund is playing Bayern, right? Jude plays that CM role to be that athleticism type of midfielder. You know what I'm trying to say? Kind of defensive type role. And he really facilitates the ball quicker with his athleticism. So I don't know how you don't start him in a game like this, especially when you know Kovacic, Modric, Brozovic. These guys have athleticism.
But as he say this, Southgate can just say, I won the game. It's the same thing with the Deschamps and the World Cup. Why didn't he play Benzema? Why can't he pick Benzema? Benzema is one of the best players. You are crazy when picking Benzema. Deschamps said, well, I won the World Cup without him. Now what? So Southgate can say, I beat Croatia without Jude Bellingham, without Sancho, without Saka. So I still believe they should start. I still believe they should be in the team. And because for me, that performance wasn't great. They won the game. It wasn't a great performance. They just had a moment of magic that said, what's up? So it's about Southgate. Can you be mature enough and say, cool, we won the game, but we can do better and we can raise a game?
Last thing. So I just want to say this. Okay, so why is Rashford so important to England? Because
he has an MBE. He has an MBE.
Grealish, right? Yeah, Grealish is a much better player than Rashford. So why is Rashford starting over coming off the bench over Grealish? Because I saw Grealish warming up.
The thing with this is that I think Rashford, look, he met Barack Obama. So no, you can laugh at it. Once a guy meets Barack Obama and is in such the public spotlight, it's a thing of like, okay, he now has to play. Because I said the similar thing to Sterling, but the thing about Sterling is he's always been England's most dangerous player. So Rashford has never done for England what Sterling has done for England, So my thing is that there is, as much as I still said Sterling has not had a good season, at least he's got a history of, look at what I've done for England. Rashford doesn't have that history that Sterling has in terms of how dangerous he can be for England and so forth. So yeah, it does make sense that you bring in a Grealish just to try and bring in something new, So, okay, so Gatlock, talk to me, man. Gatlock, talk to me. England.
First of all, am I audible?
Yes, we can hear you crystal clear.
Nice. All right. The three lines. Look, I barely watched this game because I was trying to watch the other one, Djokovic and Tsimikas.
Oh yeah. Tsitsipas.
Tsitsipas, yeah. I thought it was, man. Anyway, and to be fair, that one looks more interesting. No offense to this game, but it was kind of.
It was definitely more interesting.
It wasn't the greatest game. It wasn't the greatest game, bro.
Yeah, man. So, look, I saw Sterling's go and I saw Foden hit the post, and most of the time I actually saw England actually attacking, except for the beginning of the second half where Croatia were on the up. Based on stats, things were equal, but to me, England looked like they had more of the. Every time Croatia went forward, they didn't really look like they weren't dangerous. They didn't look like they were going to do anything. Perisic, yeah, but I mean, let's be honest, this Croatia team is old. They didn't really test England, and to be fair, England's defense was resolute. You could say part of it is based on the fact that Southgate actually defended well. So, I mean, yeah, England, you could say they're not really that interesting to watch, but to be honest, they don't concede that much. So,
wait, who? England?
Yeah, they don't really concede that much, man, because of the way they play. So, yeah, man, I think the defense did their job. Even though I know Croatia didn't really do much. And yeah, man, that's all I can say about this game. I can't really say much about this game because after that Sterling's goal, I just lost.
Lovren was injured.
It was injured. Oh, okay. So
and by the way, homeboy, I forgot to tell you about this. The game on the 15th is France-Germany, not Portugal-Germany.
15th way, France. Yeah, no, I know. Yeah, France-Germany.
You said Germany-Portugal preview, so I got confused.
Oh shit. Okay, I'll miss. Okay, yeah. Fuck. So from Hakeem, who says, PSG 2021 equals Gini, Donnarumma, and Cristiano Icardi swap rumors. Wow. Now, obviously, we're going to talk about Gini because Gini balled to today right now. look, if PSG roll up with Cristiano, Donnarumma in goal, even if I think still kind of Neves is fine, and Gini as well, that's all right. Icardi has been straight to garbage, so 100%. I think that is a no-brainer. Get Icardi the heck out of that place. Swapping him for Cristiano, that's a freaking no-brainer, man, because Icardi has been garbage trash. But Gini, we're going to talk about him, man. Gini, man. There's a Gini for Liverpool and there's a Gini for Holland. From Empty, man, thank you for the dub, Empty. Zad will ball because LSK insulted him. Hashtag brick juju. Empty, this is what we're hoping for.
What are you talking about?
That is what we're hoping for.
What are you talking about?
That is what we're hoping for, bro.
There's no juju. I'm speaking
let's hit it. Let's hit it. So what are we there for 620? So guys, look, man. So 7 losses, 0 goals, an expert in failure.
Everybody in this hangout has to give an apology for that, man. Because during that brick hangout, many of you guys were saying these guys will come last.
I did.
Not me.
I did. Look, for me, all signs they led to these guys are just going to complete this. And look, because we've seen Netherlands over the years completely self-combust and just completely, totally wreck it. So, because remember, Netherlands, they didn't qualify for Euro 2016. They didn't qualify for the World Cup in 2018. So these guys have been in the dark. So, because it's actually even weird seeing the Netherlands at a tournament. Because I've not seen these guys in a tournament since Euro 2012. No, sorry, since World Cup 2014. Since World Cup 2014.
You forget Robin, man. I call yourself a Robin supporter.
Look, I didn't forget. So my thing is, look, man, this Netherlands side are not going to win because they're going to get exposed and open up. But these guys are entertaining. And I think tournaments have missed what Netherlands brings because Netherlands always brings, they have a very positive attack, offensive-minded way that they play. And this could have ended up crazy. But I think, first off, I'm not going to apologize to De Boer because I want to see what they do against North Macedonia and Austria. Because these guys could very well lose both of those games. Let's see where they finish in the group. But most likely they're going to finish at least third in the group. Let's just see where they finish in the group before I give me a full apology. But Gini Wijnaldum, that dude can play. That dude is a player. And I have to ask Liverpool fans is, why didn't we see this player? This is a really good attacking player. Beyond just his goal, his dribbling, his balance, how he brought the ball up, and just how he just dictated the attack alongside the pie. I was like, no, and this Netherlands side, they look at it, and I think the crazy thing is seeing them. It's a weird thing though. It's like a double. So if we had the Euros last year, they would have had a Van Dijk, but no Depay. But they also had Koeman as well. But now coming into these Euros, it's like you don't have Van Dijk, but you have Depay, but you've got De Boer. Like, Netherlands would have genuinely been a strong outside threat if they had Koeman, Van Dijk, De Boer, and so forth. Because look, this team can play. This team can play, and this team plays some nice attacking football. But the issue is against better players. Like, if they faced Belgium, I think it could be a classic. If they play this way against Belgium or against France, we would have an amazing footballing classic that they would lose like 4-2 or 5-1 or 5-3. So let me come first to Damien, man. Talk to me, man, about Gini, the Netherlands, and what do you make of De Boer somehow surprising us, but don't take it there.
Well, I watched the second half, and I'm glad I watched that second half. I mean, there was 5 goals between both teams. It was popping off, especially when Ukraine, came back, with those 2 quick goals. I mean, it was crazy.
I thought Ukraine were going to win. Like when it became to us, De Boer has now shown up. Boom.
Yeah. I thought both teams, played well. I was really, surprised when Netherlands went 2-0 up. I thought it would have been a draw, goalless. but Netherlands showed up, and then Ukraine did, with 2 quick goals, and I think overall, it was a good game by Netherlands. I still don't trust them quite yet. To me, I feel like they struggle with consistency. They'll have a great game, but like the next game, they might like brick it up, and that's my issue with the Netherlands, especially since Koeman left.
It's typical Netherlands. Like, hence why they're I think they're going to be the most fun team to watch, apart from France, because I think you don't know what's going to happen with them. And I think they're just going to have the games they're going to be in are going to be fully entertaining. Either they're just going to get destroyed, or they will destroy teams. But if they play this way all the way through, bros, this is one of the main teams to watch for sure.
Yeah.
So, you want to say something more?
Yeah. I think that right now, I think Netherlands are going to finish first in that group.
Austria good, bro. Austria look good.
Yeah. It will be between Austria and Ukraine. No disrespect to North Macedonia. I mean, just no disrespect to you guys.
What's it called? Red Devil, talk to me, man. The Dutch, Frankie de Boer.
I mean, okay, I'll put my hands up. I owe this guy apology. I was literally when because I was gonna post a reaction to it, but I was busy. When they were 2-2, I was literally gonna be like, I need to make an emergency video on my channel and title it Frank the Brick. That was coming. It was gonna be Frank the Brick. That was there. And but for the fact that the Ukrainian goalkeeper, I've forgotten his name, it just doesn't. I don't really. Is that noise? That's not coming from me. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
All right, cool. The Ukrainian goal, I think for the first goal, probably the third goal, to be honest, it probably could have done better for both, in my opinion. But shout out to the Netherlands. They were expansive. So they played very well. It was a very entertaining game. The parts that I watched anyway.
They created loads of chances. Loads of chances.
Does this mean that he is? I mean, it's going to be very interesting to see the Netherlands play Austria, man. Especially after seeing Arnautovic's reaction, I've got no idea why it was.
So basically, someone tagged me on Twitter. So basically, he's got Serbian roots.
Yeah.
And apparently, like someone said that they translated what he said. He said basically, "F your Albanian mothers" to the crowd.
Wait, where were they playing? Was it because
they were playing in like so they were playing in like Minsk, and I think obviously North Macedonia. I think basically the stadium was heavily North Macedonia.
Fine. Yeah. And
so obviously, I think North Macedonia may obviously have Albanian ethnical roots. So obviously, he is from Serbia, and obviously these guys have.
No wonder Alaba was like holding his mouth, being like, "Bro,
I was like, whoa, like,
just be quiet, man."
I've never seen a guy so angry after scoring a goal, man. So I'm like, UEFA are going to reprimand him for sure. For sure, he's getting punished.
If that's what he's going to say.
Angry,
no, but Arnautovic is a bad boy, man. He was doing this in Inter too with Balotelli.
He's known for this.
That's what I was saying. I was like, it'll be interesting to see Austria versus the Netherlands because the guys like fire and stuff. But back to the Dutch, man. Yeah, like I mean, the only thing I would say is that like they still did concede 2 goals, so and they obviously got it from one, but for like I would still argue a goalkeeping mistake. Credit to Netherlands, they ultimately did deserve to win the game. So, but
see, on that whole thing, you know how we have the whole Van Dijk, Ruben Dias discussion. I would love to see Van Dijk in this team.
Yeah,
and in this system, because right now, now you now have to do some serious defending because obviously the Boer doesn't give an F about the defense.
No.
So now we'll now see you under pressure. So can you now hold this defense?
Yeah.
Because this guy's just attacking with every man, woman, and child.
I mean, fundamentally, obviously if it works with a high press, and it actually works and gets results, that's fair enough. And it is obviously more entertaining seeing teams actually go out and play attack than argue what Turkey were doing, which was just, be ultra conservative and just allow Italy to come on. So from an entertainment point of view, it's obviously the football that we want to watch. I think my
wait. Is that a kettle? I swear I'm hearing like a kettle or something in the background.
For me,
is that just me? Oh no, maybe because I kept.
I as well.
Look,
That's
keep
so
talking.
So, like it's just basically in summary. So like fair play to Frank de Boer. I genuinely thought that this guy was going to brick it up against Ukraine, and he almost did. To be fair, my only concern would be is that like that defense is still quite suspect, and at the end of the day, still did concede 2 goals against obviously a plucky Ukrainian side, and whether or not like when he comes up against players or teams that like I could be in England, to be honest, you know, or or France and back where you've got quick and fast players that can actually finish. I think the Dutch might struggle there, and that might be a league too far for them.
All right, let me just hit this. From your man, what's it called? Z-Man, talk to me, man. The Dutch.
Man, I'm absolutely vexed, man. I missed out on this game because of work, but I was only able to watch like glimpses here or there. But from what I'm seeing, from what I've seen, you know, this Dutch side, you know, they tend to play, you know, the Dutch way of football, which is just being a positive, you know, outlet when it comes to just, you know, playing an attractive football. While this tournament is more so made for, you know, a defensive outlet, you look at the 2 heavy sides and they're more conservative than you know, previous contenders from previous years. So for me, you know, the Dutch side, it's great. It's great that they won. You know, credit to them. But you know, to concede 2 goals, to concede 2 goals after you were 2-0 up.
It's how they play. No, because when it became 2-2, I was like, yeah, this is typical Netherlands, and it would make so much sense if they lost 3-2. I thought, okay, it's 2-2. They're going to completely fall apart, and it's just going to end up 3-2. So it was just amazing that they still managed to be like, okay, we're 2-0 down, 2-2, and managed to get that 3rd goal. That sort of Ukraine helped them with, man. But look, this may be what Netherlands will be about. We're like, it's just going to be goal. So they're not going to win it, but they're going to be. Hence why I want them in the tournament as long as possible, because I think they're going to bring a lot of fun and entertainment, which is what I need.
Yeah, they're definitely going to be the most entertaining in terms of just pure football. But you know, they were also missing De Ligt, you know, who's I'm hearing had a groin injury or of some sort, and you know, it really showed because defensively, these guys when I was watching them, these guys didn't look like they were structured right, and they needed a leader.
Hasn't he been on the bench for Juve though? Like, what has De Ligt really done this season for Juve?
He got
around?
Like,
yeah,
why are we not talking about Brazil?
He got injured. No, he got injured. That's the problem. So for me, yeah, this is a good result. But you know, I mean, I do think they're going to make it out of the group. But we'll see who they get in the round 16, because I don't think this team is going to make it that far.
Saffron, talk to me, bro. Saffron.
Yes, so I'm from Holland. So over here, I had 0 confidence in the Boer, 0. He won some leagues with Ajax in the early of the last decennium, but he played some crap football. So people with knowledge told everybody that Holland have no chance. Maybe they would even lose to Ukraine. I myself thought that, so because Ukraine have some good players up front. Talking about the team, they have some young new players like Timber, the right center back. He was okay, I thought. He plays for Ajax. He's 19 years old. He's a very good talent.
But my thing is, isn't Stecklenburg like 90 years old? This guy was at the 2010 World Cup.
Yeah, he's old. He's like 38. Yeah, he's like 38 years old. He's old, but he's better. He's better than Krul for sure. Sillerson would be the first choice, but then he got Corona, so the board dropped him.
Oh, wow, okay.
And about the defense, it's the first time they play actually in those 3 at the back. It's the first time they played it with Blind, Timber, and De Vrij. So it's hard to keep a clean sheet with a team they only played the first time with the defense. I mean, and they also played Van Aanholt as left wing back. That's probably the 2nd time that he started for Holland. So it was like a whole new team that they played with.
But my thing is that why is Wijnaldum so different from Holland, from what we see from Liverpool? It's a different player.
It's pretty easy. At Holland, De Jong, he makes the play. Liverpool don't have that kind of player that can keep the ball the way he does, and that can dribble and pass the ball like he does.
Can't Thiago Alcantara do what De Jong does?
Thiago Alcantara can dribble like De Jong. On the ball with speed, he can do that. When De Jong gets the ball, he attracts two or three players, and then Wijnaldum can make his runs into spaces in between the lines. Thiago Alcantara isn't as quick with the ball, dribbling with the ball like De Jong. You also saw it today. The Ukraine, when De Jong got the ball, he attracts two or three players to him. He's like a magnet. And then other players get spaces like Wijnaldum. He gets in the box a lot. At Liverpool, he doesn't get in the box as much as with Haaland. That's why he plays better for Haaland. Because before De Jong came, Wijnaldum was crap for Haaland as well. So De Jong started playing since 2016, I think. Before that, Wijnaldum wasn't as good like he is now for Haaland.
So, I mean, you look at this performance, I think Netherlands look like fun, and I think, as I say again, it's great to see these guys back. Could these guys somehow, some way, because I think everybody...
I don't think so.
No, but everyone is like, no, once they miss a real team, they're going to get beat.
Yeah, for sure.
Is there a way in which they can somehow, by some luck, make a semi? Like, okay, Wild West...
There is a chance, but then if they come up against a really good team like Germany, Portugal, France, they will need to play Malen instead of Weghorst, because Weghorst has 0 speed. So you need some fast and technical players up front if you play against teams that are stronger.
But wasn't Depay was a striker to begin with, wasn't it? Was it a false
line there? He has a free role at Haaland. He plays like he plays behind the striker. Because if he doesn't play well, Haaland won't create shit. You saw it in the first half. The second half, he lost a lot of balls, but the first half, he created loads of chances.
So how far do Netherlands go, bro? In your opinion?
I saw the schedule, and if they end up first, they might get
Portugal or Germany.
No, they might get an easy run through the the second round. They might get an easy one if they end up first, and even the quarters, they might get the easy game. Might get an easier game. They might until the semis. They won't get any top teams.
Actually, no, okay, well, maybe my thing may be crazy and weird because in my tournament predictor, I had Ukraine coming top. And I think I had Portugal coming. I had Ukraine come top and Portugal come third in Group F. So I think that if you come top in the Netherlands group, you face the third best. Basically, you face a third best loser.
Exactly.
So there is so you could face a easy team, but you could face a third place team from that Group F.
They could face an easier third place team, unless it's third place from F. So if they have some luck with the third place team, they might get to the quarters or semis.
Okay. Who else wants to jump in on this?
Me.
Cole, talk to me. Cole.
Who's making that background? Who's making the background noise?
Core. Just talk. There's no background.
Okay.
Just talk.
Okay. This might sound crazy, but I'm gonna be honest with you.
Okay.
Eredivisie is a much better league, and it's a better league than La Liga. No ifs, no buts. Throw a brick at me if you want. Eredivisie is a better league than La Liga.
Throw a brick.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Throw a brick.
Go ahead.
Throw a brick.
Throw the brick at this guy. Throw the brick at this guy. you smoking?
Okay, Cole. Are you saying this because Netherlands beat Ukraine 3-2?
No, I'm not saying this because Netherlands beat Ukraine 3-2.
Then why are you saying such rubbish?
I'm saying this because this is how football is supposed to be played. Did you see how they were playing, bro?
Did you see the defense?
Okay. Defense is one thing. Okay, defense is one thing, but I will give them. And I'm
Cole,
telling
you're
you
being disowned by your fellow countrymen, by the way. I just want to put it out
I don't
there.
care.
It's fine.
I don't
Calls
care.
official German now.
I'm
Oh yeah, he's
German.
German. Oh yeah,
German.
Guten Tag, Guten Tag.
Yeah.
Cole, Guten Tag, Guten Tag, Cole, because
Yeah,
I think you're now
thank you.
German. Guten Tag, Guten Tag.
Yeah. Thank you.
It's actually Dankeschön, but there you go.
Dankeschön. Yeah, danke.
Dankeschön is thank you.
Yeah.
People don't.
Dankeschön. But what I'm saying is, they played really well. And one thing I really vibe with Holland is they didn't have a Van Dijk and they didn't have a De Ligt. So you can't blame them. You just cannot blame them. I mean, like, bro, like these guys were playing tremendous football today, attacking wise, like the interchanging play, the link up play.
It was good to watch.
It was just.
But
it was
can
so
you
nice
win though? Can you win a tournament this way?
Nope.
No, but let me tell you this: they will just.
Wait. Let's go. Call.
They can be dark horses. They can be dark horses. I'm not saying. I'm not saying they can win. They can be dark horse and they can do something. Because look, if they get the league back, they got a chance. They got a really good chance. Like this reminded me of how German football usually is being played, because one thing people have to know is when you watch Germany and Holland, there's some similarities in where they use the width. The wing play is so crucial. It's so essential. So like they have really good crossers who can pin the ball inside the box, and they have people who know how to really place that cross and like get their attacking target men head into it, because they place it in their heads to get that ball inside the back of the net. Frank de Boer, HH. I'm so sorry. Frank de Boer is a brick. He's a brick. I don't care even if he won this game, he's still a brick. He's not the right manager for Holland.
No.
But
Koeman
I'm telling you this.
I mean, like Koeman, I still think Koeman made a bad decision choosing Barcelona over Holland.
But why? Why go to Barcelona? I just
because it is like I get why he got it and everything.
Because Messi's there, one of the greatest players in the world.
No.
So
he wanted to be at Barca for a very long time.
No. But even if you did, maybe I view things differently. But if you have the chance to take your country into a major tournament and this is a exciting, young, talented team, how do you pass it up for, let me go to Barcelona where I'm going to eventually get sacked?
I will explain. I will explain to you.
No. Let me
wait. Okay. Let me say it from Safan and I'll come back to your core.
Last year he left Barcelona, right?
Mm-hmm.
He told the media that who's going to tell me that next year the Euros won't go through. So last year he didn't know it was going to go through. So that's why he chose Barcelona. Also, he done for Barcelona a very long time. So he wasn't sure what was coming.
But that's a Lopetegui move. That's a Lopetegui move that he just pulled over us fans, because Lopetegui did the same thing in the 2018 World Cup. And he had a really good Spain squad, and he was doing well with the Spain squad. And guess what? He said, no, Real Madrid is calling, so I have to go there. That's stupid. That's really, really stupid, because you're not even relevant in club football. Same with Lopetegui, you're not relevant in club football. So my thing here is Wijnaldum, he has that Ashanti tribe blood. He got that Ashanti tribe blood, man. He's born like a Ghanaian, like nobody else. But anyways, yeah, very good. He's a very good player. And I think Holland will go through this group. It's going to be Holland, Austria, North Macedonia, and I believe it's going to be Holland, Austria, Ukraine, and North Macedonia. Yeah, I think Holland will go through. Yeah.
Hey, can I go next?
Sure, go for it.
HH, are we gonna talk about the Brazil Neymar absolutely 9 out of 10 performance? Because I'm confused.
Yeah,
This is Copa America and Euro, isn't it? I'm confused. Are we gonna talk about how Neymar just tied pretty?
I don't know.
Are we gonna talk about how Neymar just won more assists to be Brazil all time?
Read the title of the Hangout. Read the title of the Hangout.
Okay. No. Vilts, before I come to MA, first of all, I don't know who Neymar is. I know who Rafaela's brother is. That's things right there. So first things first, I know who Rafaela's brother is. Second thing, Rafaela, call me. Third thing is this: you put a gun to Venezuela's head. These guys have 10 people missing through COVID.
Yeah.
Those guys I saw, I think those guys are not.
They're local league players.
They drag guys from the streets to make up a Venezuelan team.
Yeah.
It is one of the most disgraceful things I've ever seen in my life. It's a complete disgrace. So no.
By the way, he just need one more assist to break the Brazil all-time assist. By the way, and he's a flop.
Oh yeah, with 0 Copa Americas and 0 World Cups. Emmy, talk to me. Emmy, just talk. Emmy, talk.
So the Holland is a good team. The one thing I just see with Holland is like they don't have a good manager. I think the Boer at some point he'll be found out in this tournament. This tournament is one tournament that you will be found out if you're not tactically good enough. They played a good style today. They played very open system. Very he probably told his players go out there, go and enjoy yourselves. No too much X and O's in the board, trying to tell them this is how you have to run or this is how you have to move. I think it was so free. They made the game. Today's the Holland-Ukraine game, probably the best game out of the 7 games so far in these Euros. Ukraine team was also good. They had some very good, some also very good moments in the game.
Very good.
If they had probably a little more experience, they were a bit naive in terms of the way, even the third goal they conceded. If you look at the third goal,
the keeper effed up. He effed
up. Even the build up to the goal, the defender had the opportunity to boot the ball up to the stands. He just passed the ball. To the.
But then why didn't the keeper put the ball up? Like, why are you making a pass like that across when you know that you're not peak Spain? You see, peak Spain. Oh, you can get the ball, but you are 2-0 down. You are 2-2. Keep it simple and sensible.
Exactly, and you're playing away from home, and you know where you're playing, right? 1 point was not a bad result for Ukraine. They would have gone ahead at least, to get Macedonia and the other teams.
Sorry to interrupt. Was there any team that won today that was playing away from home? Because I know some players have been complaining about the in quote home advantage.
Yes.
So I wonder, did any team actually that were playing away win?
Macedonia had a lot of fans.
No. The Austria-Macedonia game was in Bucharest, right?
Austria. No. It was in Minsk. Wasn't it in like Minsk or something? Basically, but that's a very good point. See, my thing
that's a good point. Mm-hmm.
How did this bidding process work?
Yeah,
that's what I want to know. Because
they gave the top teams the home advantage.
Yeah,
pretty much. That's
that's true, and that's not right? Because if you look at it, Vienna, that's Austria. Vienna is a beautiful city. They've hosted many Champions Leagues. They have a fantastic stadium. They could have also been hosts, right?
Because see, the idea is, I was told that when I heard the whole Euro thing, okay, that's well, but I thought that this is not going to represent Europe. So almost every single European nation that obviously has a stadium, you will be able to host a match.
Exactly.
And what I thought is, it is a freaking bidding war. What they would do is, you will just play, let's say it's England against Italy. You're not playing in Italy or England. You see, now, once it gets to the knockout stages, it's what it is. But the knockout stages, we vary it around. And when we vary it, how do you have a situation where you now bid for it? So obviously, if you're bidding for it and so forth, you have to Italy have 3 games in Rome. England have 3 games in Wembley. Holland have 3 games in Amsterdam.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense. I agree. I think
Germany has three games in Munich.
It's about
I didn't get all that because so who's gonna go play in Baku? All
the
guys going to play in Baku.
Yeah, shots. Yeah, Belgium beats Russia in Russia. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I think that's
Okay,
the
okay.
one. Yeah.
That's one. Okay.
So
Yeah,
I have a
Russia,
question.
Denmark, and Denmark, so-
But Russia were
Don't
crap.
you think Frank de Boer should have?
So, no. Emmy, sorry. Continue. Emmy, continue.
Yeah. So
I just want to say something.
Kosh.
Can I say?
No.
Okay.
Emmy, continue.
So the Ukrainian team, I think they were also very naive. They were naive. It's very, very clear. They've lost their last 6 tournament games. So they've not won in their last 6 in any tournament. So it was really clear that they lacked experience. They're a young team too. They had a couple of young guys that probably won the under-21 youth championship, I think, a few years ago in this team too. So yeah, but let's just hold our horses for Holland. I know they're a good team. I would just say, hey, let's hold. I know the luck of the draw might help Holland, which I think it's possible because if they top this group, they don't get a very strong team. They'll get one of the third place teams in the second round, which also might also be a weak team, and they can always progress to the round of 8. But in everything today, I want to talk about Wijnaldum, right? Because he stood out for me, and it tells me something that you see players that are being started. Yeah, what a very all-round player that guy is. I see a player that's the Liverpool system stifled that guy. I think it doesn't bring out every part of that guy's game. In Liverpool, he's being told to hound, to press, to cut passing lanes. Today's game, I saw him being on the ball, getting on the ball, making
very
passes, making combination play. Exactly, and I probably would think maybe I know there was a reason why he left Liverpool. I think he's going to PSG. He just signed for PSG, right? Let's get to see.
No, sorry. This is in my head. I'm sorry. Red Devil are just made me go crazy. So let me get this straight. So you get the stadiums by bidding for it.
Yes.
So obviously, who pockets this money? It's UEFA.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
So you're telling me that UEFA are like, hey, whoever has the highest bid, we're going to give this to you and we're going to pocket this.
Of course.
How that isn't, I'm sorry, how is that not effed up?
Yeah,
so obviously,
that doesn't make sense.
England, who really want to try and win this, will be like, bro, we have the money. And we have the ability to be able to bid more than any of you other European countries who are obviously suffering from financial stuff and everything.
COVID stuff.
Because I think, wasn't it? The final is at Wembley. Sorry, go.
Oh, no, I was just saying UEFA for the fans. That's what I was told. They're for the fans. They're for the sport. That's what I was told. They're for the fans.
Oh, sorry,
Is that bullcrap? That's bullcrap. When Denmark and Finland had to play yesterday.
RDS, by the way, I just seen your post-reaction video on Neymar. Excellent masterclass on your YouTube channel. Unlike some other YouTuber down there making video on it. Just saying, bro.
Thank you, Wilson. Thank you.
Red Devil, remove that video from the YouTube. Red Devil, remove that video. No, my thing is I'm sorry. Because see, I assumed it's Europe, so it's going to be all over Europe.
Yeah, it's not a level playing field for sure because with these guys, it's not level playing because you see, teams like you said, like England playing their home games, their group games all at home. I think if they get into the quarterfinals, they get to play from the quarterfinals, I think, to the final. So it doesn't make sense. It's just.
By the way, guys, did you guys know that this is the first time ever? You guys could correct me if I'm wrong, but I know this is the first time ever England ever won their opening game ever. And they were home. So. I don't know, bro. That's weird.
No. Are you sure?
No, but Switzerland is also at home. So what will you do then?
Okay, look, see, my thing is, England, that is why I think England really believe that they can win it, because they're like, hey, man, if everything, I think so. Second round, I think, is the only one now at Wembley, but I think if they top their group.
Second round is at home if they end up first in the group. It's in London also.
What about quarters?
Is he in London?
Quarters not.
Because I know that's the semis and the final. There's Wembley have semi and the final.
Yeah, semis and the final.
So that means quarters is somewhere else, right?
In London for.
Why is it like that though? Why is it not one country that just hosts the entire?
You gotta also.
This
is not a real Euros, man.
Is a big thing.
That's not the case.
Wait. One at a time. Okay, so let me get from Red Devil.
Let me just lay this point. Okay,
no, there's a real Euros. It's a real Euros.
Let me just lay this point because it is kind of some important things that obviously we are still in the midst of a COVID pandemic as well, and different government legislation regarding green zones, yellow zones, etc., for actually people coming into actually watch the games and tournament has to be taken into account. So, for example, I don't expect that Portugal, I think Portugal might be one of the countries in orange, I can't remember, but there are a few countries around Europe that, based on their own specific, because you've got to remember, every government in Europe will have different legislation regarding the amount of people coming into their countries and into the stadiums. Not everyone isn't on the same level, if that makes any sense. So for the best example is Ireland. Ireland are in a different situation right now than the rest of the UK. That's one of the reasons why I think Ireland were due to host 1 or 2 games, and those games were actually England actually but basically bought the games that Ireland was supposed to host because Ireland couldn't host them because of the COVID thing. So a lot of these things,
the original blueprint of the competition was not like this, right?
No, the original blueprint of the competition was it was supposed to be hosted by multiple different capitals around Europe, but because unfortunately a lot of countries have different COVID restrictions and because to be fair, it's not. It wouldn't be reasonable if, for example, you said, okay, let's say Azerbaijan, they're like, right, actually, we can only allow the opposing team to come in. We can't allow their fans to come in. You go, well, why don't you host it in the other person's country where they can at least have their away fans to come in and see the game? So that's probably why you've got this sort of inconsistency. But obviously, the countries that have handled the pandemic somewhat better, the Germanys, the Englands, and so on, have got their numbers under control, and obviously they have money. They're now obviously at a more of a selective advantage than some of the other countries that are still kind of trying to deal with the whole thing. So that's why I think the situation as it is.
Go on. My thing is, look, I understand why they tried to do something, but even when I heard them say the idea, I was like, bro, just pick one city. The whole thing of I think because the whole point is like the same thing with your Olympics. This is a city showing you that this is what we can do to this is us pretty much showing ourselves out to the world. So this is the opening ceremony. This is the logo. This is what the different kinds of mascots are going to look like. This is a closing ceremony. So it's like a nice cohesive thing. Like for instance, it's because I thought that the theme is going to be that little mini car driving the ball into the center circle, but no, that's just Italy doing that. I thought, this is what's going to happen for every Euro game? No, Rome just did that with the whole car thing. So my thing is but you see, now that I explain that, look, it is what it is. So for England, you have a great opportunity. If you're playing most of the games at the crib.
Yeah, five games in Wembley out of 6 games. Yeah, so it makes sense. They probably can win it, if you ask me.
Okay, so who else wants to talk on this Netherlands thing, man?
Can I talk?
I just want to say something.
Call. No, relax.
Just one more thing.
Say it quickly, man.
Okay. Yeah, I think he should have also subbed off Memphis Depay in the second half because he was awful. I think he should have subbed him off and he should have brought in let's give shout outs to Dumfries and Owen Wijnaldum. WIJ Wijndal, right? Yeah. WIJND Wijndal, yeah. Those guys are incredible, yo. Those guys, I have not seen fullbacks play like that, yeah.
Okay. Gatlock, talk to me.
Wait, I was supposed to talk.
Percy, I'll come to you. First to Gatlock, then I'll come to you, bro. There's one here. So Gatlock.
Yeah, give me a sec. Yeah, this game was fire, man. This was actually one of the only games I watched this weekend, almost of the Sunday games, and I think what was the last game yesterday?
Belgium.
Yeah, that's one as well. They have a headache.
That was a real good game.
Yeah, it was a decent game. Yeah, this game was fire, man. First half was, Netherlands still had most of the advantage, but it was more end to end in the first half. Ukraine were really, they took the game to Netherlands, and even though it was 0-0 in the first half, it was still entertaining. I enjoyed the first half, even though it was still 0-0. Both teams were going on the attack. This Weghorst dude is actually faster than I thought he'd be for someone that's so tall.
He plays for Wolfsburg.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So yeah, the second half, look, we're now done. There are teams that play very good for their country, and it's like as if it's shit for Liverpool. It's actually quite good for Liverpool, but for your country, usually takes it to that next level, especially if you play in a better position. After it was 2-0, I literally did not see Ukraine coming back. I just thought after that Weghorst goal, game over, man. But then Yarmolenko actually missed his goal, but the annoying thing is I heard it was a banger, man.
Very, very good goal.
He did the Arjen Robben.
And then from the free kick, Yarmolenko, man, the other dude that headed the ball in, man. That was a great header, man. Almost it was an equalizer. I was like, shit. Because I was already saying that, bro, because a lot of people were saying Netherlands would get bottom in this group and whatnot. And I was like, look, y'all are underestimating the talent in this Netherlands team, okay? I get that the manager is a brick, but come on, this team is top in this group. They are too good to come bottom, despite who their manager is. And they showed it in this game, man. Despite missing the Leeds and Van Dijk, their defense was iffy, but they still got the job done, man. And once some of the names in this
Dumfries, quality.
No, I know his name is Dumfries. It just makes me laugh. Him and some guy named Timber. Like I thought it was a tree.
Look, respect the name. I respect the name.
No, sorry. Some names just make me laugh. But yeah, man, the guy did well, man, with the header, man. That was a sick header. I mean, after the 2-2, I thought that game was going to end 2-2. But there was always a chance that either team could score the way they were attacking. So, yeah, man.
How well do you think Netherlands can do, though?
Look, I listened to that your stuff, those stuff you were doing with some guys from Netherlands. They were very pessimistic, but there was a guy that said play Weghorst up front instead of De Jong, or was it De Jong and Weghorst? He said should play up front. Oh no, I think he said Weghorst and Depay should play up front. There was a guy that said that.
Yeah, Rob.
Yeah, and the guy got it right, man. Weghorst did well, man. Even though I thought he might not really, Bundesliga attacks and whatnot, but the guy. He did well. He scored a very good goal, man. That was a great chance he had, and he put it in. Now, can Netherlands go far? No. I just knew that they could top this group, but I didn't think they would get past the quarters, to be fair, because they do have a brick manager and can only go far with a brick manager. So, I mean, except your
Respect
MSN.
Bundesliga.
So what's it called? Here he talks to me about Netherlands.
Well, I was kind of surprised that Holland defeated Ukraine, because when I've done a bet, I thought Ukraine would easily beat Holland. But I'm so happy that they won them, because they dominated the game, even though they do tend to concede a couple of chances. And then when they were 2-0 up, when they conceded the first goal, they started to lose a bit of concentration. They basically found one of the players, and then suddenly they scored from a set pieces, and they started to lose, and that's all down to lapse of concentration. But it's great to Holland they found a way to get back another goal, because even though they managed to get another goal, we should not forget the fact that they've actually had a bit of shaky moments after they conceded the first goal, and they still have that in them. So it's going to be up to them whether they can able to win, keep winning in that way, even though they can't. But if they do win the group, they're probably most likely going to face either Portugal or Germany or France, because whoever wins the first if Holland wins their group, they're going to face third best team from Group F.
Not necessarily. They'll just face a third place team, but it doesn't have to be from Group F.
But
so they could face from several groups. It just depends on where they finish, on how many points that third place team has. So or how well they do against other third place teams.
I think you're right. I think it's most likely they're going to face them, and I really hope they don't, because if they do face France, Germany, or Portugal, they will get easily undressed, because it's all about tactics and all about the decision making. And I think Jogi Löw, Sanders, and Didier Deschamps is a better manager than Frankie de Boer. He will get exposed, and they
but it's if they top their group, they most likely they don't face France, because France ain't going to come third in our group. So.
Yeah, you're right. I just basically being hypothetical. It's just in what if, and I really hope they don't. If they do face someone like from Poland, I think I have a bit of confidence in them. I think they'll probably scrape a win and probably get to the quarterfinal, and face. They do have a real good chance. I personally think they have a fantastic chance with De Ligt coming back.
Okay, let me just hit some of these dubs, man. So from your boy, YSK, who says, from YSK Jackson, who says, Core has enough bricks to redo the Great Wall. This is true. I mean, Core is a walking brick merchant, man. So it is what it is.
You can rebuild the China.
I'm just speaking facts.
From thank you. So from Zoteng TV, thank you for the dub, Zoteng TV. Zoteng TV says, HH, I'm warning Messi. He better not dare lose his Copa America. 2 Copa final L's and 1 World Cup final L. Messi, I dare you not to win this Copa. I dare you. Zoteng TV.
Three finals.
It's 3 finals, by the way.
3. Yes, it's 3 finals apparently. So you see,
2007.
I think he means 3 Copa finals.
3 Copa. Okay, fine.
I mean 2 Copa finals.
Messi is never winning a trophy with Argentina. I don't know how many times I could explain this to you. It's never happening. He will try again. He will try. Okay, wait. Let me just. He will try again this year. He will try again this year, and he will fail.
Don't jinx it, man.
This is the reality of the matter.
This time.
No,
Win it as a manager,
we're gonna see how strong your jinx is. We're gonna see how strong your jinx is.
Okay, look.
This is a good test.
Okay, look, test my jinx. Messi is never winning anything with Argentina, and that will always be the asterisk on his thinking. And Cristiano will probably never actually ball in a major final for Portugal. So it is what it is.
They're one of the favorites.
So for Martin Rosario.
And Mason Mount will never be the best player at Chelsea. I agree.
Yeah, you can't win anything with him in the starting lineup, Mason Mount.
And from Latin Lazaro, thank you for the dub. Latin Lazaro says, Red Devil, you're treading on thin ice if you keep speaking on Juve. Remember who you lost to in the Europa final.
Martin. What I'm saying is that
ages ago.
Red Devil.
I'm just saying, Martin. Why I'm saying that is that, like, apparently Varane wants to leave Madrid, and what I'm saying is that I'm saying it so that Juve can actually get Varane, because from what I hear, at least from what I've read, apparently Real Madrid, I think Carlo Ancelotti said that he wants to get Timo Werner from Chelsea. That's like the latest rumors. Carlo Ancelotti wants to get Timo from Chelsea, so they wanted to sell Varane. Juventus get Varane, and that'll be better than De Ligt. That's my point, man.
Okay, guys, let's talk about the biggie, man. Let's talk about the biggie. It is what's it called? France against Germany.
I thought you were gonna talk about the Neymar, like
France against Germany. France.
Bro, aren't we disrespecting Spain versus Sweden?
France.
That's gonna be a good game. So
France. No. Yeah, it's gonna be a quality game. But look, it's France against Germany, man. So look, my thing here is this, man. And look, I will give my Neymar thoughts on so someone else can trust me. I'm sure. Like shout out to your boy Neymar.
How about Argentina versus Chile?
Look, as I said again, you know what? I am going to be watching each and every one of Messi's matches come on Twitch, because I am going to be playing close inspection. So guys, every single Messi game I will be watching, because if this guy messes up, then I will say I told you so. If he messes up, I will say I told you so. So Messi, you are on the watch.
Worry about Germany.
Because when these guys lose to Brazil, then you will see. So guys, look, let's talk about this game, man. My thing here is this. let's not sleep on Germany. Because I think the whole world is waiting to see how is this French team, how do they look like? These are the defending World Cup champions. They are the most talented team in the world. Is he going to start with Benzema or Giroud? And what are these guys going to look like? But for me, I'm like, let's not sleep on Germany. Germany, Germany are a team, because this is what guys did back in 2002. Nobody gave about a damn about them in 2002. They ended up making the final where Ronaldo said what's up. Right now, again, guys are like, and these guys are finished because they finished bottom of their group in 2018. But I think you're making that same mistake if you're sleeping on these dudes, which is not what you want to do.
And Timo Werner missed an open goal against North Macedonia in a World Cup qualifier.
Let me come to before I come to Wilton, here's my thing, and then I'll come to Wilton. I think that everybody's expectation is France are just going to just beat the crap out of these guys, and I think a lot of people are expecting Germany to lose because it's a German team who there's no Lahm, there's no Klose, there's no Schweinsteiger. It's a very, very different team. But my thing is, and I think Leboeuf said this on ESPN FC, when France are expected to win, or whether they're like one of the favorites, they normally don't say what's up. So something just tells me that this could be a draw. Now, I could be wrong. I could be very wrong, but something just tells me that I think Germany are going to surprise a lot of people. And they're going to come with a new tact that they may shock some people in how they'll play. If France win, we expect that. But I'm expecting Germany to say something. It's going to be tough because my thing is, if Kante plays well, France can't be beaten. They can't be. If Kante balls out, what he does on both ends of the pitch, France can't be beaten. It's about what can the attacking weaponry do. Now, what we don't want is a full-on sacrifice. Because I don't think we want that in the Euros against Germany. So, Wilson, man, France, Germany, man, what are we saying, man? What are we saying? Are Germany going to get touched?
No, I don't think Germany's going to get like destroyed. France do, and maybe I could see France win maybe 3-1, 2-1, or 1-0. Because even in 2016, to be fair, yes, you could say maybe were France favorites in the 2016 Euro? Since I'm pretty sure they were favorites to win it all, right?
Sort of, yeah.
But were Germany favorites or France favorites to win it all?
Germany, more the favorites.
Basically, hence what I think when France played Germany in the semis, most people thought Germany would beat France in those semis. So it was shocking that France would beat them.
Even in that game, Germany outplayed France. France just took their chances. They dominated the entire game. But Germany, Griezmann scored a penalty and he also scored a fantastic header. So France just took their chances. But Germany obviously they have the best midfield in the entire tournament, in my opinion. Gundogan, Kimmich, Kroos, Kai Havertz, they have the best midfield in the entire tournament.
It's a great midfield.
It's a very good midfield. But I hear Joshua Kimmich's going to Goretzka. Yeah, I hear Joshua Kimmich's going to be playing as a right back in this tournament. That's where Lowe's. And to be fair to it, that's Kimmich's best position. I believe that if Kimmich plays as a right back, he's the best right back in the world. Nobody come close to him.
No, right wing back.
Yeah, he's gonna play.
Whoa, Wilton, hold up. You're saying Kimmich is a better right back than central midfielder?
Yes, it's facts. Yes.
It is actually true.
When Kimmich plays as a right back, bro, he's the best right back in the world. Like, there's no one person that come close to him is Carvajal, but Carvajal is injury prone now. Like, Kimmich is amazing at right back, bro. He's better at right back. At right back, Kimmich is the best right back in the world if he plays in that position. But those were just rumors I read online. This is Lowe thinking about playing as a right back.
You're right. The last friendly, he played a right wing back. They played 3-5-2.
Yeah, but
they scored 7-1 against Latvia. 7-1.
That's Latvia. Plumbers and furniture makers.
Oh,
whoa! That was.
I mean, man, I think
this guy using walkie-talkie.
Bro. I do think that. See, the thing about Pogba, right? Pogba is going to be key in this game. I do think because Kante is there, Pogba is going to play better. Pogba is like he needs Kante more than Kante needs him, because he's not going to need he's not gonna do a lot defensively, so he's gonna have freedom to do what he wants. But I do think Germany is gonna dominate this game just because of their midfield. They have the superior midfield. So,
is Benzema fit, by the way? Was he not going to be fit?
I don't know, and that's what I'm coming to.
They said he may not be fit.
Do you think what Giroud said could affect the team? Do you think that can self-destruct the team for what he said? Nobody's passing me the ball.
You see, my thing about that is like it depends how Deschamps handles the situation. Because if he allows that to fester and he allows that to really grow into something, then he could affect the team. But my thing is that having that grit and anger and that little bit of competition on that edge can really help you, and I think if you, because that's why I said in my video, like if you channel anger the right way, it can help with your performance. Now, here's my thing though. I think that Giroud was stupid to say that out loud. That is a conversation you have in the training ground. They say, yo, guys, come on, man. You ain't passing to me. Then you have the arguments, you exchange words in the training camp within you guys. You're not putting the stuff out there and so forth. It's like, see, for me, for Mbappe, it's like
talking to a Champions League and World Cup winner. Okay,
how many goals did he score at the World Cup? And how many goals did he score?
That's not important.
I didn't say how was I relaxing? Can you answer my question? Guys, can you answer my question? How many goals did he score at that World Cup? How many
CLs? Mbappe against Argentina. Give the person Mbappe for it.
He's worse than Kivosh.
How many CLs
in a World Cup round of 16? Respect him.
And how many CLs does Mbappe have? So he's just saying I pull rank. I've got a CL in a World Cup.
Joshua Kimmich fouled him in that CL final.
Scores a bicycle kick against Atletico. He can come.
Wilton talk.
That's true. Actually, that's true.
I don't know if this is gonna be affect them or not. It's a home game for Germany. Germany's gonna be home. It's actually in Germany. The game is gonna be played in Germany. So I don't know if that really gonna.
I don't think that's gonna be the case.
No, that's all I'm saying. No, all I'm saying, like, I think having home advantage with your entire fan base being there might help Germany, and it's also the last one for low. Maybe the players might see the way I see it. Either the German player gonna be motivated because it's low last season, or they could be like, "Oh, I don't care. This is flick." But I do think they're gonna be motivated.
No. I think
they're gonna be motivated.
You see,
because at the end of the day, you German. You expect it to win every tournament that you play in.
My thing is that we may clown the ball sniffer, us, but I think the Germans and so forth, they won the World Cup with him. Yeah. And he was a major part as to whether they're winning the World Cup. So they're like, no, we are going to go all out. Specifically with what happened in 2018, we're going to go all out and try to say what's best. That's why for me, you see, here's the thing. There have been so many surprises that we've already seen at these Euros a bit. Something like for me, I'm almost convinced that France aren't going to win it.
So they're going to finish third in the group, to be honest with you. I think France going to finish third in the group.
Portugal. Why do I have a feeling that Hungary and Portugal is going to be a draw?
Hungary is pretty good, guys. Hungary is pretty good. Don't sleep on them.
Portugal, quick question: Who's actually going to score the goals for Germany? Who's actually going to score their goals?
Timo Werner.
No. So I think this is
Wait. Red Devil, you have Havertz, you have Sane, you have Gnabry, you have Muller.
Germany are like Spain.
Sane's been asked. Muller needs
so bad this season, bro. Gnabry is the only hope. And you have a CL winner, Timo Werner and Kai Havertz, so it's enough, bro. That's more than enough. You have
Kevin Volland is starting. I don't know who Werner is. Volland is the starting for Germany.
One thing you guys have to understand is Werner plays in a 2. You understand what I'm trying to say? Like if you see him in Chelsea, he plays with Havertz. No.
We do understand what you're trying to say. You just have to ask us whether we understand what you're trying to say.
Okay. If you see Werner in Chelsea with Havertz, right? They play in a 2. So I think if Werner was gonna play, he has to play with Havertz.
No. Havertz is going to be. See, for me, thing with that is why I'm so hyped for this game because I'm hyped because I want to see whether Benzema plays or not. I want to see what this France team looks like. Ever since Havertz scored that CL final goal, one of the most beautiful goals of all time, I think that he's hype. Havertz is hype. When you score a CL goal, it's hype. So this could be, look, Timo Werner, I don't know who that is, bro. But for Havertz, this could be a big tournament for him. So I wanted to see what he does. And he's also, you're coming under no pressure. See, France have all the pressure in the world. Havertz, bro, there's no pressure. You're young. This is like a young team that nobody even thinks about.
HH, I think, right, and this is what I'm seeing. I really have a strong feeling that Lowe is going to start Sule over Ginter in the back three. I'm being serious. I feel like because of Sule, it's game over. Like it's game over.
Nicolas Sule is actually a decent right back.
Actually, guys, hold on.
And the back three, you're gonna play.
Whoa. Okay, wait, hold up, guys. Hold up. Let me just give some of this. Just hold up. So, from your boy Morgan's crack, man. Thank you for the dub, Morgan's crack. Thank you for the dub, man. So Morgan says France versus Germany, probably a 4-4-2 diamond versus 3-4-3, and which are Gundogan, Kroos, which is enough to cover a stacked French. So are Gundogan and Kroos enough to cover a stacked French midfield? For Germany, better to be 4 or 3 at the back.
Yeah.
So for Germany, they have to match France in midfield.
Wait, you're cutting off.
You're cutting off, bro.
I can't
you
see
need
you.
to.
You're cutting off.
You need
come
to get
in and come back out.
Yeah. His Microsoft's about to get a shock.
Come in and come back out.
Wait,
come in and come back.
Can you get off my say?
Wait. Let me see. My thing is this: is that because
that mic is from Suluja, bro.
Look, because when we were doing the whole Germany thing, what impressed me was Germany have a really good midfield. I think people are sleeping on just how good that midfield is. But what we talked about was that the defense is a bit. You see, my thing is, it is tempting to do a back three, specifically keeping in mind that Rudiger has played that for a long time to great effectiveness. But the issue is that with a back three, it's something to think about. If, let's say, here's the thing, he may say, okay, Havertz has played this formation, Rudiger has played this formation, and I think that my players are smart enough to adjust to it. But the other thing is, how could it be too much of a departure? You see, for Tuchel, for Chelsea, they built up that thing over many games. It is currently to come into a tournament and just come with a radically new formation, especially in your first game. So I think stick with what you know, which is 4-3-3. And my thing is
4-2-3-1. 4-2-3-1 is your natural German.
No. The thing about France's setup is if Giroud starts ahead of Benzema because of Benzema's injury and whatnot, you look at they're probably going to play 2 natural wingers, which is the worst case scenario for a back 3. Because look, you're gonna either have to deal with Mbappe, Dembele could come off. And then that just puts you in a tight position because they're going to be coming off the flank and they're really good at dribbling or running past your defenders.
And especially Sule not knowing how to defend fast attackers. Like
my thing
is going to be a huge problem.
The thing with Mbappe is he needs space. I think we've seen that if you defend Mbappe deep and you don't allow him into transitions, you can almost nullify him. Like, why was Mbappe so effective against Barcelona and against Bayern? They gave him space and they gave him transitions. So the arguments for Germany saying let's do a back 3, let's be very compact, let's make it very difficult and deny them these guys a space means that you will now not give yourself transitions and make it difficult for Mbappe to get in behind, or even like a Dembele. And my thing is that between a Muller, Havertz, and so forth, I think those are guys who are intelligent enough and crafty enough to work an opening if they're going with a much more compact the defensive thing. Because see, my thing with this French team is
what about Musiala? What about Musiala?
Musiala's going to be off the bench
because he's pretty good with finishing. I've seen him actually finish with Bayern Munich, especially against Lazio. Like he scored a really crazy goal.
It's basically Musiala is the same with like Saka and England. That is a guy who can come in very young and just provide a whole different amounts of energy for Germany, man. But look, man, you see,
Yeah.
so look, France most likely are just going to just beat these guys, most likely, because look, if France play well, they could just levitate them. But I just have a funny feeling that maybe it may not go to plan. But
hold on, who is going to be your midfield too?
For who, Germany or France?
If they play a 3-4-3, yeah, Germany.
Midfield two, for me, I'm saying I would go with Kimmich and Gundogan.
Okay.
My thing is like,
really?
Kimmich
and Gundogan?
They need a right back.
I don't know about that, bro. I don't know about that, bro.
No.
If you say Kimmich and Goretzka, it makes sense. But Kimmich and Gundogan, I don't know about that.
I think Gundogan has to play. That's like their most little midfielder.
So if Gundogan plays, they cannot play midfield too. They will have to play midfield 3, where he's the most advanced.
Okay, then guys, what about Goretzka and Gundogan? What about that? How does
Goretzka
that look?
won't play.
Azim including
No,
Tony
but he's in
Kroos.
training.
No,
He's in
my
training.
problem, my problem with Kimmich being in the middle is the fact that they need a right back. Like, they need a proper right back if they go by if France, end up playing 3 up front. You need a proper right back.
Okay.
Azim, we're including Kroos in this midfield, right? Because
Kroos is in. But the problem with Tony Kroos is
my thing is like Yogi Love. I think the 100% starter is Tony Kroos. Tony Kroos is 100%.
He's the captain.
He's untouchable.
So my thing is that is he going to partner Kroos with? Let's say he goes for it too. Is he going to go with Kimmich or is he going to go with Gundogan? So he may put Kimmich in our right back, and then he may now put Kroos and Gundogan. But what I was saying to the German guys when we're doing the squad is Germany don't have a DM, don't have a stopper.
Yeah.
Why don't you play Neuhaus?
Chan is trash. Chan is trash.
No.
Oh, so one quick thing is Goretzka.
Wait. Red Devil talk.
I was saying, just a quick one. I thought is Goretzka not injured? So
no, he's in training. He's in training.
I think
he won't play the first game.
No, he's in training.
Yes, he won't play the first game. So for this game, it's irrelevant.
No, but I want to say.
Wait, the real question is this. This real question is: does the U start?
You see, in this game, if Benzema's not there, then yes, I would start him.
He won't start.
Okay.
He will not start. He will not start because they're going to play Diamond. They're going to play Diamond in midfield.
No. My problem is if Benzema starts, then I could understand. But if you only have Kroos, if you only have Giroud and Mbappe and Griezmann, you need a person that could take on players through the flank when you know that they're most likely going to play 3 in the back.
But you know what? France is not playing with wingers though. They're going to play. They're going to play Diamond. They're going to play 4-3-1-2.
But
with Pogba,
you know something, right?
Pogba, Kante, and
double pivot.
Yeah. You know something with Germany's back 3. The thing that they're most scared of is that a player like a Mbappe or Ousmane Dembele, right, can go at these guys with pace. You see what I'm trying to say? Because Hummels doesn't have pace. Flipping Sule doesn't have pace. You see what I'm trying to say? So my thing is listen. I'm trying to open your eyes. Okay. My thing is Tony Kroos, right? He doesn't play quicker. That's the problem for me with Tony Kroos. He doesn't play quicker with the ball and he slows down the tempo. You see? So when Germany is in transition, it's going to be very hard because if you have Gundogan and Toni Kroos, who, they slow down the ball, they're not really too quick with their speed of play, France can gain an upper advantage on that, So I just really wish.
Would you dwell with a front 4 of Mbappe, Giroud, Dembele, and Griezmann behind them? Because I think Griezmann is going to be the danger.
If Hummels and Sule is playing against Giroud,
that's too much offense.
If Hummels has to defend Giroud, there's no problem. If Hummels have to defend Giroud, there's no problem.
For me,
that's what I'm saying. It's because Griezmann could run off of these players, distracting the forwards. That's what he is.
Oh yeah,
I think this is the strongest line.
For spaces.
He won't play like that.
And the thing about playing Griezmann as a number 10 is he's more defensively solid than the front three are compared to them.
HH, you mean Luca Hernandez?
Oh, is it? Oh yeah, I was going to get on saying it.
Yeah, Lucas Hernandez.
Where's Sissoko?
Wait, so they're playing Lucas as a fullback? Oh nah.
Nah,
They gotta play Lucas. They have to play
lineup.
Lucas as a center back. They have to play Lucas as a center back. He's not
So
good.
who's the left back, man? He plays left back for
it's gonna be Varane and Kimpembe.
Bro, but against PSG, he played left back and he was horrible. So you're really gonna start him in a game when left back?
Yeah, but that's for Bayern. That's for Bayern. This France,
and
they play a
he
different
played
style.
throughout the whole World Cup as
left back.
You know, so it's the thing is
Okay.
here, man.
I think this is their strongest lineup, right?
This is for me, in my opinion, this is the strongest lineup that they have.
Yeah.
You know, because you see, the key is remember when they had Matuidi, it was a 3. So it was like a 4-3-3, and Matuidi was in the 3. But now that they don't have Matuidi, you've got to now keep it as a 2. And then you obviously have Mbappe, Griezmann, and Usain there. So
I don't think I want to say. I think it should be 4-3-3, man.
Yeah.
Their last
4-2-3-1.
Their last warm up game they played a 4-4-2 down.
Yeah, it's gonna be a 4-3-3.
So who's the other midfielder?
You have to put Rabiot.
Call me crazy. I think it's going to be Thomas Lemar.
No.
Nah, that's not gonna.
That's not me. Bro.
And also wait. Shout out to Undisputed. I think Rabiot plays because of Kota, like Rachel Kota. I think, you know. So,
They already have that with Griezmann though. So
Easy.
Okay, so guys, do you think France could use Coman? Can Coman be maybe a deciding factor in this game?
No. Coman, I think, can use, but this is what see. That is what I think the strongest lineup is with Dembele. What I think he will do is this, because I think Thingy likes 4-3-3. 100%. He's going to stick with 4-3-3 and so forth. But my thing is Rabiot. You know, I don't know, man. But look, man. Actually, okay. So look, let's
another thing, I want to say something.
Okay. Let me go for it.
I want to just
I want to say something after me.
Their last game against Bulgaria, they played a 4-4-2 Diamond with Kante in the base, Tolisso on the right, Pogba on the left, Griezmann in the hole, and 2 strikers, which was Mbappe and what's his name? And Benzema started before he got injured. I see him doing that because he's tried that. He wants to play Griezmann in the hole. Griezmann, he believes that Griezmann's best position is in the hole, like as a number 10, just playing off of the main striker with flanked.
That's where his weaknesses aren't seen as much because he's not going to be reliant to dribble past players if he plays on the flank. He's going to be more reliant to off the shots.
Lucas Hernandez and
in that position, he can just pick up the ball. He can pick up the loose balls, drive out the defense, either shoot or make that play.
Hold up. So from MT, thank you for the MT. So MT says, respect Low stopped Messi from being undisputed. Yes. Joey,
I remember.
My Maradona thing still is, man, because if Messi had done that, it would have been a very, very sticky situation.
I want to say something about Lucas and Pavard. So these guys are not really attacking prowess type fullbacks. You understand what I'm trying to say? Like they're more like defensive stability type fullbacks that like will give you something defensively. But when it comes to joining in with the play in terms of like the wing play with Mbappe and Ousmane Dembele, I don't think they're gonna really help with that, you know. So that's one thing I want to say.
No, they're not needed to. They have more than enough attacking power.
So my thing is this is that even guys in life can help it. What formation are Germany running with?
3-4-3. It's a 3-4-3. It's a 3-4-3. 3-4-3.
3 with 2 center mids or 2 midfielders and 2 wing backs essentially.
It depends on whether Müller will play or a third midfielder.
Wait, is it
Muller would
is it
definitely
a
play.
3-4-3 that's
Making
conservative?
a first 11. No,
Is it a
it's
3-4-3 that's more conservative, like a back five, or is it like
no.
adventurous?
It's a 3-4-3
Play the Chelsea line.
wing backs. They spread the play, so Gosens and Kimmich can spread the play and make those crosses inside the box to Gnabry. Gosens and Kimmich, yeah.
So who's next to Hummels then? So it's
Rudiger.
Oh yeah,
Rudiger. Yeah.
So hold on, no, guys.
No, Sulu.
No, it can't be Sulu, man.
It has to be
No,
Sulu. Because it's experience. He's gonna go
Yeah,
with
but
Sule
Hummels has
because
been
of
out of the
experience.
team for a long time. I think it has to be Sula and Ginter because you can't have the tortoise to be playing at the back like that, man. Come on.
Ginter's going to play.
But Sule has experience. That's the thing, though. That's why I'm saying Sule is gonna. Ginter doesn't have that much experience. So
I don't know about that midfield, man.
See, I think the midfield should be
now
it
gets interesting right now because I don't know how Timo Werner makes this team. Because we've got to fit in Muller, got to fit in Havertz, and got to fit in either Gnabry or Stanley.
Muller through the center, right? Muller through the center.
So where does Muller go?
Center.
Right.
Muller is in the center. Yeah, Muller is
more
a
central.
No. He played right against Latvia.
I think it should be Gnabry, Havertz, and Muller because Sané has only been balling that much.
Okay, Gnabry.
Although I think that midfield should be Neuhaus and one of the other two because you need somebody young in that midfield. You can't just have two 30-year-old people there.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, Gatlo, because Neuhaus has started their last two friendlies in that central midfield.
But guys, Neuhaus won't give you anything defensively though. That's my problem.
Yeah, but that's why they play.
But he's the only person out of that team. He's the only person out of that team I know that plays a midfield too with Gladbach.
Oh yeah.
In one of their last friendlies, they played a 3-1-4-2, which they had I think Kimmich in the hole. They had him in the DM position. I think it was against North Macedonia or something. They played 3-1-4-2.
Werner won't play at all. No.
I don't think Werner starts. I think he's good.
I mean, Morgan's just said that apparently he said that Werner's not going to play.
I also want to make some shout outs to some players like Klosterman, Haustenberg can play wing back. So if Lowe decides to go with those two as wing backs, they play in Leipzig. I don't know why he doesn't take these guys. I think he'd be a probably much better Klosterman than a wing back than Kimmich, to be honest. So
yeah, I think Klosterman started one of the last friendlies as a right wing back.
Yeah.
You see, I think if Germany roll up like this, this is a solid lineup.
Yeah.
The problem they will have is in that central midfield, HH, because you see those two guys there, they're going to be overworked. You remember you have Kante,
but that is where
two players.
That's where the three come into it. Because my thing about it is that when Germany have the ball, it's just about being smart. And Kroos and Gundogan can be, especially because these guys are going to come in and give them support as well.
Definitely.
So my thing is that when they have the ball, they can give it a run. And when they don't have the ball, that's where these three come into, because now you're going to have to break us down. I remember Mbappe, if you don't give Mbappe space, it becomes a bit tricky. So what you don't want is to give France transition. So you don't have to now beat us via set pieces and so forth. So
one thing I also say is
do you think that front three is a little bit too centralized? Like it's
easy to
pick on them because they're too centralized.
But my thing is that you have Klose isn't here anymore. They don't have Klose. And Timo Werner, basically they don't have a clinical striker. And that's what we don't have. But what they have to do is just movement. Passing, which is what the Croatia were trying to do, but failed to do against England, which is we play small, but it's about passing move, and just try to find those pockets.
My boy Muller, right? One thing he really does not like is having to trap back and having to defend. He just really hates that, to be honest. So I don't know how that's gonna work out, because if Muller has to come and help Kimmich out every single time, it's kind of like restricting Mueller off of him being what he's supposed to be, which is that like shadow striker.
Yeah, and
Havertz,
this is a very good point. Very good point. Because guess what? You now have Muller and Havertz that like to play this same way. Havertz also likes to play in the final 20 meters, same as Muller. So guess what? Those front three, your defensive help from them will not be as much, probably apart from Gnabry, who probably do some running around and pressing.
Okay, wait. Let me just read some dots because some stuff for us to answer. So first of all, Yasser side, thanks to the dot, he says that I need Werner to ball. This is abuse. Shakes my head. It's not abuse, it's just truth. Yes, it's just truth. Like, if Germany want to win the Euros, Werner needs to clean the toilets or just shine the bench if they want to win the Euros. And I'm being real. Totally awesome says, thank you for the dot, awesome. Totally awesome says that I wouldn't start Kroos. Kante will run him ragged.
To be honest,
I was going with Ilkay and Joshua Kimmich. That's what I would go with.
No. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, this centralized play would leave Kimmich to leave out of position, which leaves them exposed in transition. This is why the front three is the best option for France. Like this.
The problem about Germany is that they have so many players in the same position. That's the reason why we're having this argument. See how quickly France is on.
Yeah. But what about Emre Can? Emre Can is the only DM that I know in the team that can do the defensive.
And he's trash.
I mean,
and he's trash.
But this guy is not bad.
That's the thing.
Winter is not bad. You can play Winter as a DM.
Who? Gunter? No, Christian Gunter.
Yeah.
No. He's a wing back. In Freiburg, he plays as a wing back. So he's very good attacking output, and he's more of a wing backish. He's not like a natural, full back or midfielder.
Yeah, the problem with Germany is that they like Gatlock said, they don't have some players, like they don't have a natural DM that you will be like, yes, this is the starting DM for this team. And and they have many players that could be like luxury players. Like you see Havertz and Muller in the same team. They'll give you awesome movements in the final 20 meters, but defensively, against a Kante, that's where there's a problem, because that Kante factor is very key in that central midfield.
So look, let's round this off. I want to hear scores, man. So Z-Man, give me a score, baby. Germany, France. Give me a score.
I'm going 2-1. No. 2-0 France. 2-0 France.
What's it called? Turbo Timo. Score.
2-0 to France.
Oh, Red Devil? I think Red Devil's away. Emmy, score.
2-1 France.
Wow. Gatlock.
2-1 Germany.
Who's gonna score?
Somebody.
Who scores for Germany?
I don't know. Somebody. Maybe. I don't know, man. It depends on the starting lineup.
Okay.
I don't know what starting lineup is going to play. If he plays the right one, 2-1. 2-1 Germany.
All right.
But if he plays some stupid lineup, man.
Here's score.
It's either 0-0 or 1-1.
Give me a score. I didn't ask for two scoreline. Just give me one scoreline.
Yeah, 1-1.
All right. Wilton.
1-0 Germany.
Core.
3-0 Germany.
Bundesliga merchants, man. Safwan.
Why?
1-0 France.
1-0 France. Okay. Guys, look, man. That's what. Look, I said game is gonna pop off. I believe that game is gonna pop right off, man. That game's gonna pop right off. So guys, man,
Sweden versus Spain, man. Watch out for that game, man.
Look, we'll be there, man. I mean, look, Spain.
No respect for Hungary versus Portugal.
Spain. Look, Portugal better win. For Christianity. I told you. We have some emergency hangouts to do, and I'm up for an emergency hangouts. Trust me. So for his sake, that guy best win, man. So guys, peace out. Stay true, stay real, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.
Hey, I know you're right.
I'm still here. I'm still here. I'm still here. I'm still here. After credits, guys. I'll do 10 minutes of questions, man. Send your questions in, man. Send your questions in. I'll give you 10 minutes of that after credits crack. That after credits crack, man. All right. That after credits crack, man. Let's see what you guys are saying, man. Let's see what you guys are saying, man. It's the kid is still here, man. The kid is still here, man. The kid is still here. Sean, it's called after credits, man. Sean, how's your new place? How's your new group? I heard that you moved. Sean, it's called after credits. Sean, this is how we do this. These are for the hardcore content crack addicts, man. Hardcore content crack addicts, man. So let me just, I think I just missed. So shout out to your boy, yes, I said, man. Thank you for the dub. I just missed this dub. How does Germany win this game at HH? You keep saying Mbappe needs space, but with the way Germany ally, they will give him a lot of space. Well, if we take this, if Germany play with this lineup, Mbappe ain't gonna have any space, because this is a very defensive lineup. So I think if Germany are conservative, they're balanced, they're compact, then I think that they're going to make it very difficult for Mbappe. But the issue is, Jogi Löw isn't known for having a conservative approach. He's known for really making his team go out and play, really attack, and not only attack, but he's more balanced than defensive or anything, man. So I think it's important that Germany don't give Mbappe transitions. It is very important and vital that they don't give him any kind of transitional play. That's very key, So I think if they play this way, double team him, don't give him much space, don't allow any counterattacks, then that will nullify Mbappe, because Mbappe, we've seen it many times, bro. If he has space, he can kill you. If he doesn't have space, it's a bit dodgy, man. HH just admits Messi is the GOAT. Cristiano Ronaldo is already surpassed. He already passed CR7 after the Euros. Messi will win 2022. Accept it. Maradona cheated to win one World Cup. How can you be the GOAT when you can't win a single international trophy for your country? How can you be a GOAT when you 3 finals in a row, 3 finals in 3 consecutive years, you couldn't inspire your team in one of those finals to win a trophy? And so those finals that you lost was against Chile, a team who had never won a Copa America prior to facing you. And also, you cannot manage a single goal in a World Cup knockout game. Don't give me that nonsense about that. Best game of the Euro so far. Oh, easily Netherlands against Ukraine. Easily. Best game. You see, Belgium, Russia was one-sided. It was all one team. Austria, North Macedonia was good. So I think this group could pop off. So rather than Group F saying that Group F is going to pop off, I think this group may be the group that really excites people, because I think like Austria, North Macedonia was really good. Netherlands, Ukraine easily, without a shadow of doubt, has been the best game so far. Like it was open, it was end to end. Both teams wanted to attack. There was good football on display. It was nice, open space, quality game. Rafaela's brother balling out to today. I don't know how much credit I can give Rafaela's brother balling against a Venezuelan side that has been hampered by COVID. So you balled against Venezuelan guys from the road and streets who they had to yank from the road and streets in order to make up a team. I don't know how much dub I can give you for that. So my thing is, I will give Rafaela's brother the dub if he brings me back the Copa America trophy. So unless he brings me that Copa America trophy, I ain't giving him nothing, man. Who do you think wins the Golden Boot in the Copa America? I wouldn't be surprised if it's like Lautaro Martinez. Now, the Cannibal it could either be the Cannibal or Lautaro Martinez. I think Brazil, the goals are going to be spread out. The goals will be spread out. So it may not come from someone from Brazil, because I think they could have many different goal scorers, like you saw Marquinhos today. I'm thinking between Lautaro and Cannibal, but Argentina would win it. But I'll be surprised if Lautaro ends up top scorer, man. What the heck? What's your score for the Spain game? I'm thinking either 2-1 or 3-2. So something tells me 3-2. Why not? I say 3-2. I think Spain win, but I've gotten so many scorelines wrong. Who knows? Sweden could do something. See, I'm really excited to see Isaac. And also remember, Isaac plays for Real Sociedad. So Isaac is used to playing against a lot of these Spanish guys. But yeah, I think that's going to be a really good game, because I want to see what Isaac does. And then I want to see what this new look Spain team does with only 2024 dudes. So, I don't get what Messi has to do to convince HH. Sean, Messi is top 5, top 3 most talented football players of all time. Greatness is something different. Greatness is degree of difficulty. Tell me what Messi has done under pressure. Tell me how Messi has succeeded under pressure when things have been difficult, when he's not had a superstar team around him, he's not had a superstar coach around him. Tell me something where he's been able to just extract something and really drive his team forward. Tell me the extraordinary thing he did under pressure. You can't tell me. If you cannot inspire your Argentina team to win one international trophy, don't give me any crap about the GOAT. So he's the GOAT because he starts pads against Eibar and Elche. Really? Really? Give me a break, man. Give me a freaking break, man. why is Turbo Timo's shirt a CL War winner and semi-final goal scorer not on the wall behind you? Because Wiseguy Jackson, if you look very closely at the wall behind me, let me even boost my thingy. If you look very close to the wall behind me, so you see Maldini, you see Robin, you see Dino, you see Piel, you see Maradona, you see Bart Simpson, Zidane, Desai, Riquelme. What do those guys have that Werner doesn't have? Now, I'm not going to give you the answer. Just think about it. What do you think you have? What do you think that these players on this wall have that Werner doesn't have? And that's my thing, bro. You see, the thing about Sean is, Sean, because I follow Sean on Instagram, and see, Sean, I know that you love Messi and so forth. And see, I am not here to convince you against you feeling as it goes. I'm just here to give you facts. It makes no sense calling a guy the GOAT when he's not done anything. I need Dodd. What Maradona did in '86 and what Maradona did for Napoli is greater than anything Messi has done. Okay, 92 goals in a calendar year, big wows. That still isn't a greater feat, which is you succeeding under pressure, than what Maradona did at a World Cup and guiding Napoli to 2 league champions. Don't give me a hat-trick in a qualification game against Ecuador. Don't give me that trash. Come on. What else? So what else you guys say, man? Last few minutes before I pump out of here, man. Last minutes before I pump out of here, man. But look, man, I mean, guys, Euros, man. Euros been all right. I am hoping that the England-Croatia game, let's keep it real, that was not a good game. Quality-wise, that was not a good game. So hopefully the games can improve. Hopefully those games can be a lot better and take things to the next level, man. Because right now I'm not going to watch some ESPN FC. So Spain, Sweden, let's see what Spain do. Let's see what these Spanish guys do and what they say. Because I hope what's the face? I hope Luis Enrique realizes that drop Morata. Either you play 2 strikers with Morata and Moreno, or drop Morata and start Moreno. Hopefully he realizes that Morata, you cannot win a tournament with Morata as your starting striker. He can be a great super sub. You need to start with Gerard Moreno. So But for you Messi fanboys, for your sake, I hope he wins the Copa America. For your sake, my dear Messi fanboys, I hope he wins the Copa America. Guys, it's been swell. It's been real. I'll see you next one. Like, subscribe, one love.